Hello, guys. How's it going? Zimcast back again once again and back from G-Fest. You love to see it. So, yeah, G-Fest is all done. It was a great time. I got to meet a lot of people from the community, other YouTubers. Got to meet a bunch of you guys, which was super nice. Such as Minecraft World. I got to meet Minecraft World, which is awesome. I did not get to see Primo, although he was literally in one of the streams I was in. No, not streams. He was in one of the panels that I was also looking at. So that was fun. Hey, Jacob. What's up, Joe Smo? But yeah, so a lot of fun times were had at G-Fest. And what we'll probably be doing is I'm going to talk a little bit about sort of what happened at G-Fest, but also sort of what to expect if you are someone who wants to go like next year possibly. So letting more people in. I'm so excited. Hello, Striped Lizard. It's Crack Production stuff. New no, literally wrong account. Okay. What I'm gonna do is sound music. So I'm setting up Gabash in the background. So there he is. How's it going? It's cracking. I know you had several accounts. I guess you're doing the multiple accounts for like the what's it called? The project that you're working on, the Godzilla stuff, or you just have like a spare just in case. Coach play. I'm just gonna let some battles play in the background. Just because I think that'll be interesting, because then I can get to talk to you guys for a little bit. And do random. Hello there. It's cracking. My story, please. So we're not doing like Stripe. We're not having the story pitches today. It's only just prep for when we're gonna start doing the stories and sort of what is gonna be entailed in that. But yeah, so outside of that, how are you guys doing? All right, doing good. Sub Toku Punk, good to see that as well. Sea Monster. Oh, ZG's in the chat as well. There you go. How's G-Fest with the evil, horrible Godzilla fans? No, it went well. It went well. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm still tired from things in general. That's mainly just due to the fact that after I came back from Chicago, I was just doing straight up work the entire time. So because of that, I was working. I came back Monday, then I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I worked today as well. So it was just one of those situations where that was the case. I'm thinking probably next year I'm going to take another day off just to be safe. I hate the Godzilla fandom. They killed my dog, burned my face, and did my mom. Oh, wow. Yo, it's Nathan from Monster Island Film Vault. How's it going, man? Pretty good. Prepping some GFS panel videos. So, literally, here's the thing, guys. I bought a tripod to use for my phone so I could record it right from the stand and do some videos. However, I am terrible when it comes to clearing things out on my phone. So halfway through the panels I was doing, and it was one of them that I did. The other one had some issues, which I'll explain. But one of them, it ended up stopping like midway through it because I didn't have any more space on my phone. I was like, oh no. So Jessica, if you know who that is, those who know. But she did record the -1 panel I was on. So whenever that gets released, she'll send that to me and I'll be able to link that for everyone to see. And then you'll see what Zim really looks like. But yeah, and then the other one had some AV issues, but that's that. I should stream some more Gigabash. It's been a while, yeah. And I know they're talking about doing like another DLC soon, so that's definitely something to consider. Oh, a Kaiju game like World of Warcraft would be cool. It would be cool. It would be kind of hard to do, just like scale and stuff like that. But it would definitely be cool. And that's what you call brotherly love, folks. What do you want in the DLC? Well, so the DLCs seem to only be characters, so it's not like you're getting story stuff from any of these. But I know at the moment the monsters that were kind of up for a DLC possibility were Bagan, Zilla, and Mothra. And I think if they're going to do like how they did with the Nemesis DLC and you only get 2, I would prefer Bagan and Mothra because you could do more thematically with that DLC as like a Mothra versus Bagan type thing because that was one of the movies that they were going to do. So that makes sense to me, and I feel like you could do more interesting things with Bagan or what's it called, with Mothra, because Mothra, they don't have something similar to Mothra. The snail is probably the closest you're going to get to anything similar to like Mothra-esque gameplay with its movement. Because it doesn't move like a traditional monster, and you're going to have either Mothra like flying all the time or the transformation like they did in the Pipeworks games. That's at least what I think. And then with Bagan, you could do a lot of references to his stuff from Super Godzilla, so there's that. But like, that would be my opinions though. I was streaming story mode. I might stream the next bits of the story mode because I haven't done all the story bits yet, at least on this account. Which Bagan design though? They're probably gonna do the Godziban / the Bandai one, and then there's gonna probably be a skin which is colored similar to the Super Godzilla version. And I doubt they would probably do the Bakken design. But if they did something where you split off into the other forms, that could be interesting. But again, it would be like you'd essentially be doing like Bagan or Bakken at that point, which is why I think probably you'd have a lot of his moves being similar to what was in Super Godzilla. Gamera for Gigabash? No, definitely. Gamera for Gigabash definitely works. Who they'd probably add, it's probably just going to be Gamera as one monster and then Gauss as the other. Because if they're switching over from 4 monster DLCs to 2 monster DLCs, even if they're introducing new IPs, probably Gamera and Gauss would be the two, I'd think. Although Iris could definitely be a contender, only just because Iris design-wise could fit really well in here. Same could Legion, which is then, if they end up doing like 4 monsters as like a new IP DLC type thing, then you could see something like the Kaneko trilogy being the monsters that you get. So you get what's it called? Gamera, Gauss, probably the Guardian of the Universe version, with Legion and Iris all being in a 4-part DLC, and probably using like the Gamera from Revenge of Iris. Oh, I'm back. Wrong one. I meant to pick Stan Winston, Godzilla Diesel. Yeah, I love that. Oh, he's super fun. That design goes back to the 90s. It was a computer game. Yeah, the Studio Tour. Yeah, so that version. I keep forgetting about Studio Tour. Hello, Goku-san. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before, but either way, hello. But I'm going to do 1 round, actually, of me playing, and then we're going to go into some G-Fest stuff, primarily sort of experience-wise, but also sort of what to expect for next year, because they already announced stuff for next year. So this is like one of the later skins. I really don't like it. Nepal I do love, and he's like, this is the only skin that I know of that has like Rawa with pupils. But let's go back to Zogura Rawa, as always. I want Godzilla. No, it's gonna be that. It'd have to be 2 separate DLCs because I don't mix IPs like that. So at least here I can talk about experience-wise. So G-Fest was definitely crazier than last year, only because of the fact that you had far more people this year than like ever. Like, super cool. I love that. But the main thing, like, I have to say this year was that there were so many people that, like, if you were not up early, you were waiting in line for a lot of things. So you were waiting in line for the deals room. And the new thing that they added this year, technically not a new thing, but is kind of like them redoing an older idea that they did like either 1 or 2, is Kaiju Island, which is essentially a version of an Artist Alley type of thing where you had a select few people who usually are in the dealer's room, and they just so happen to get the Kaiju Island treatment, so they were in their own area of the convention. This area was actually, for anyone who went to G-Fest last year, that was where the autographs were taken from a few previous years. So there's that. And the other thing too is I was talking to one of the people who runs one of the tables at RS Alley, and they told me that like they like had issues with setting up their table, or like not them specifically, but like people where they like the space was definitely not optimized for Artist Alley, or like an Artist Alley type scenario, which is fine, like totally fine. But I think because like I know a lot of people were probably really hoping to do something for Artist Alley, or like hearing about an Artist Alley related thing, and I probably just myself. That was probably disappointing for them. And the panels, the good thing about the panels was that they were completely filled up, and that was really nice. So even though there was a lot of issues getting around and stuff in the general area, the fact that like there was such a big jump, I don't remember specifically if I heard this from someone directly or because it was like hearsay, but like the convention this year jumped from like the like 5,000 from the previous year to 8,000 this year. But even if that number isn't true, definitely what I did hear was that the most amount of people who were doing like passes or anything hadn't even shown up on Friday. So you're dealing with a whole lot more people, and a lot of people are wondering, and even I saw this on the G-Fest post on Facebook, everyone's like wondering if they're still going to do it at the Hyatt because it was so busy this year. And at least what we've been seeing from the G-Fest account is that there's a lot more space they can go into for it, which is, I think, good. Like, that works because there's definitely more rooms that they could do in the hotel, but it's just a matter of letting people know that like these are options as well. Because the area where not the panelists, the guests was off on a far end of the hotel, which usually didn't get any attention at all for the previous G-Fest that had been at the Hyatt. Usually that it's the side closer to where the Premier Towers. If you've been to the convention, you know exactly what I'm referring to. But, and we'll get into stuff with like the Premier Towers and stuff in a little bit. But when it came to that area, you got a pretty spacious area just for the guests, and they had some merch there that was separate from the Kaiju Island merch, which was separate from the Dealer's Alley stuff, and that allowed the guests, at least hopefully, not to feel like they were being kind of squared away with like what was going on with everything else on the floor. Like they were kind of off in their own little place, which was nice. Taking over more of the Hyatt would be the next step. Then need to move to the convention center. Yeah. So like, again, my numbers are probably off, but at least 4 to 5 like rooms weren't being used for the convention. So more than likely, they're gonna have more rooms set up for like more like stuff to get done. And what I'll say also is that a lot of people always like to make the joke that the game room is always like very cordoned off and like ventilation isn't the best in there. Honestly, it wasn't bad this year. There's been years where it's been really bad and other years where it hasn't been as bad, but the game room was pretty well structured this year in terms of ventilation, but also management that was there. I didn't go into the tattoo room because I don't have tattoos and I don't really have an interest in getting one, but that I heard was okay. The quiet room was still fine. There was a cosplay room though set up in that same section where the what's it called? That same sort of part of the hotel where the guests were. So there's that. Model room was still pretty nice. Same thing with the art room where all the competitions went in. The room where all the film contest stuff went in was still nice as ever. And yeah, like again, like Nathan said in his comment here, just getting More room for the highlight. Hyatt is the next up. Get inked out like me? Nah. Tattoos aren't my style. Like, cool for everyone else, but yeah, just not for me. But I'm gonna let this this match play out, and once the match plays out, we're gonna go into specifically what goes on with like G-Fest stuff, and you can get a better sense of where things are if this is gonna be like might have been your first time ever going. What am I playing this on? I'm on my PC, so since now that I got my $1,800 PC, I can stream as well as play games. So your mom, your mom. I'm trying to get there. Yeah, never been to G-Fest in my life. It's really nice. If like you like conventions and you like want to do like Godzilla stuff with more people, definitely. And the chat's starting to go kind of fast. Was good, Brandon. Was good. You join the stream in a bit? Okay, Joara. Probably one day. Okay. So I'll just remove that for now real quick. Tab over. Okay. You meant Jared doesn't like Jared Krzyzewski at G-Fest? ZG? Because I know he was there for a little bit. I did not get to see him. I remember that. That was a good year. Is a very adorable cat. Also looks really familiar, too. Like, it looks like a friend's cat. I don't know, in all honesty, mainly because, like, just tattoos aren't my thing. So that's why I sort of like, I don't know. But let us go into share screen. And just real quick shout out, no one can hear the Gigabash music that's in the back. I'm just letting it run instead of like turning it off and then loading the thing back up again. Oh, that's cool. What did he say? Not 100%, but actually inverted in a way, kind of like the black where the white is and white where the black is. But yeah, so in terms of the hotel info, you have the Hyatt, which is where the convention actually takes place, the Comfort Inn, which is a little further away, and then you have the Crown Plaza, which is where G-Fest used to be. Going to a map here is where everything is. So this is where the Hyatt is on the map in terms of O'Hare. And as you can see, this is Chicago O'Hare International Airport. So if you are taking a flight to go to G-Fest, you will land here. And once you just get down, there will always be a bus that takes the routine route that goes around, takes people up, and then brings them to the Hyatt. So you don't have to worry about getting an Uber or a Lyft to get to the hotel. So that's not an issue. If you're going to specifically the Hyatt. If you're going to the Crown, which is where G-Fest used to be, you're going to go here. And again, the Crown also is the same deal. It also has a bus system. Almost all of these do. The Doubletree does. I believe the Hilton does as well. And besides, obviously, these ones here, like the Comfort Inn and the Hyatt and the Crown, there are other hotels in the area that you can get as well. So there's Embassy Suites. Like I said, there's the DoubleTree. Like I also said, the Hilton. There's also the Loft. And you also have this one right here. And even further down this way, there is this Motel 6 that's here. And then there's a Comfort Inn as well, which is this one here, I believe. I think this is the right Comfort Inn. Unless it about... I just want to know what the address for this specific one is. Is that too much to ask for? But I think this is the correct one. Even if it's not, there's also this right here, this here, this here, here, a Super 8. Like this general area is always going to have like hotels and all that, so you're completely set for things like that. And I'm going to switch over to satellite. So generally, when you're going to the hotel, you're going to be going right here. That's where the main area is. And then this area right here, that's where like all the convention stuff primarily happens. This area right here is the area I was talking about where more rooms got taken up specifically for G-Fest. And right here is one of the premier towers. Right over here is where the parking is. And if we look here, specifically at the Hyatt, you get discounted overnight self-parking. Going to book here. The page isn't available at the moment since it's expired. They always just new uploads here, but all of these will always let you book from here. You can also book specifically from the Hyatt site itself. So just for the sake of it, let me just do this. And you can check the availability here, do things from here, and then you can get all the different options that you can do if you're just going from the site here. And the same applies for like literally everything else in the area. So same thing with the Hilton. It'll show you places for this. We'll go to the Crown as well. Same deal. But yeah, so hotel-wise, you're pretty much spoiled for choice in that aspect. You don't have to worry too much about going like and worrying about like, what if I'm not staying at the G-Fest hotel? Down this lane, there are several hotels, and they always get filled up with G-Fest people. So you will see people walking up and down this street to do G-Fest stuff. So don't worry. But I think another thing to talk about is like, are you worried about like, oh, I like the convention, but maybe I don't want to spend a lot of money because inside the Hyatt, you have not an American Grill, but there's the Red Bar. Although I think it's like the American Grill / Red Bar, but there is a restaurant that opens later on in the evening that you can get food from inside the Hyatt. And there's also breakfast that you can get in the Hyatt as well, which also costs money separate from like paying for your hotel room and stuff like that. But if you don't want to get specifically food from inside the Hyatt or food from the convention, because they also set up a little bit of food while G-Fest goes on, there are several different places like right down the street and over in this area here, specifically this entertainment district here. All of these are bars / restaurants that you can go to. And if you want to be super bougie, you can do something like Fogo de Chao and get like really good food. But yeah, all of these places here are also food places as well. So if you want to like do like a little restaurant experience, you can totally do that. That's fine. And again, you can stay at the Loft or you can stay at the Crown. And this is walking distance. This whole area is a parking garage. So if you're staying at the Crown, which also has its own thing, the Caddy Shack, which also has food, you can go through this parking garage and you're going to end up right here. And you're going to come out the district here. Or you can follow the street down this way and you're going to end up there. So there's that. Further down this way, there's a Denny's down this street. So there's also that. Right there's that Denny's. So you just walk, like it's gonna be a little bit of a walk, but if you don't mind walking, that's fine. Or you can just take a lift. And if you go further down this way, again, right here is also the train. So if you want to go into Chicago and you don't want to like rent a car, which is what I do, then you can take a train and that's gonna just lead you straight into Chicago. So Chicago is this way, and of course the Great Lakes that way. And let's keep going further out. And again, there's literally, even here, there's more hotels here. As you can see, one here. Also more restaurants and the like. And there's a McDonald's here. And if you're driving, there's like, there was a Shell back that way. And then there's the Exxon Mobil here. And then for deep dish pizza, there's Giordano's. And even though like right here to here seems like a long walk, it's not as long as you think. In full honesty, it's really not that bad, and I recommend anyone to go and try out Giordano's. If you never had deep dish Chicago pizza, it's really good. So that's something else I recommend. If you're going around the hotels, or not around the hotel, around the airport, there are other places here. So there's like White Castles around this area here, and there's and there's like a burger place slash like shake place that's around this area too. So there's a lot of options that you have if you don't want to specifically just get stuff from the hotel and you want to expand your options. Like this general area, if you're staying in here, you'll be fine for the most part. Giordano's and Caddyshack are my traditional dinner spots. Actually, I'll tell you this much, and this is also for anyone who went to it. The after party was at the Caddyshack. That's the first time I've actually gone to the Caddyshack, because usually I just ate out. So since when it was at the Crown, I would just go to the entertainment block here and get food there instead of going to the Caddyshack when that got finally built. Or I just go to the bar inside the Crown Plaza as well, because that's got a separate bar from the Caddyshack. But Giordano's I love. And again, from what they showed with the Caddyshack, it's not bad. But usually I just go here. But we're going to switch gears just a little bit, and we're going to Pickwick Theater. So this is obviously Pickwick. If you don't know what the Pickwick looks like, there it is in all its wonderful glory. And from here, down that way is where the entrance is, and that's also where the concession is. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors that lead out to that front area, which is where the start is right here. And if you're interested, that is what the front of the Pickwick looks like. But yeah, a lot of seats. They're pretty comfortable, and the quality of the screen is really nice. It's super Art Deco looking. I love it. And if you go down this way, so if you're going into the theater from here, if you take a right and you keep going down, right down there is going to be where the men's bathroom is. And if you're going down that way, that's for the ladies' room. So for anyone else wondering, and those lines get super long, especially after movies. But yeah, so that is what the Pickwick looks like. And what we're also going to do is we're going to do Pickwick Theater. And we're going to do directions from, we're going to do Higher Regency. So once it loads, start. Your search piece outside our current coverage area for flight. Why is it doing flights? My goodness. So right here is going to be a few different routes that you can take to get to the Pickwick. You can either go straight down here, which means you're going to be going past the Giordano's, taking this road straight down, taking a right straight all the way down. And these roads are usually pretty clear by around the time the movies start. And then you go down a little bit windy road, and you then from here, you're going to keep going here, take the turn earlier, go up straight here, you're totally fine. And it's showing right here, it's saying it's about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, give or take. When it's G-Fest time and you're getting a lot more people getting like driving themselves or getting lifts and stuff, it's going to take you closer to about 16, 19 minutes. So there's definitely that. And even here, it just lets me sort of change the route a little bit. So all these routes you can go through, a lot of these aren't like one ways or anything. So yeah. But then once you get here to the Pickwick itself, they always do the quad feature, the 2 double features at the start, and then it's usually one movie on the Friday and the Saturday. And from here, there's a Starbucks here. There's also another Starbucks down there. Potbelly, Panera, Chipotle. There's a bunch of areas here. So if you're going to the 2 double features and there's a little bit of an hour wait between them, you can just chill around here, grab some food as well, and then just head back up to the Pickwick. So there's no problem doing stuff like that. And let's do here. Pickwick Theater. And definitely right here, you can show, what's it called? I hope, no, is it going to let me by day? It's not going to let me go all the way back to when it was for G-Fest. But right here is the site for the Pickwick Theater. I'm letting people know this because this year, when they showed Godzilla Final Wars, that film got so packed they had to tell people that they are no longer doing any more tickets and is blocked. Like they had to tell people that they had to leave and then close everything up, make sure everyone was seated, and then they started the movie late. And that's already a long movie because that film started at 10:30 and it didn't start until a little bit later. So like I know I didn't get back to the hotel until like 1. So there's that. Let me see if the schedules for last G-Fest are still up. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Thursday was when they opened up the pre-registration stuff. And in this case, what that meant was that they set up the area where you usually would get your pin. Usually almost every year it's a pin with a little pokey needle thing that you put through your clothes, and then it's right on there for you. However, this year they actually got lanyards. And that was really cool because not only did the lanyards tell you when shopping was closed, and that shopping meant for Kaiju Island, for the dealer's room, for like the appearances for the guest who came in, they let you know when those open and when those close, as well as like when the panels and events open and close. And they did that from Friday till Sunday. So that was awesome. And you could also scan the QR code on the back, which was a program. And what the program was just all of this stuff here. So it just lets you know everything that was going on for that day. And you got to see when everything opens up. And you could access this from your phone or from a tablet if you need to. So that's not a big problem. But you get essentially all of this by scanning the QR code on your lanyard. So you don't have to worry about carrying a physical lanyard, not physical lanyard, a physical guide, which they used to do. They used to have a physical thing, which had some little bit of advertisement, but also a little blurb, which I can show you right here what those looked like. So you get a little blurb and stuff. It'll tell you where everything is, what the ballroom is, but that was just all on paper. And as you can see, if Monster Island Film Vault's still in here, that was actually one of the panels he was on, which is fun. But yeah, so it also lets you know, again, every single day what's going on. And again, this extends all the way down here. So this is everything that's here for that day on the Saturday and here for Sunday. So you get to see everything here. And with this new thing here, you get to see everything that goes on. So that's really nice that they have that here. Attractions, that's going to tell you like what panels, the arcade, like I mentioned, the model room, the vendor's room, which is the dealer's room. The Minions place is just for kids. Dojo Studios, that's where they show like essentially all the fan film stuff with G-Fantas and the workshops that they do. So it's specifically more like cosplay centric. And if you want to do like your own tokusatsu stuff, that's what Dojo Studios is. Film Festival is like showing stuff from like smaller creators to like full-blown companies showing off fun things here. And then obviously the Pickwick movies, like I mentioned, tabletop rooms for like all like the board games or card games, things like that, and tattoos, like I said. Costuming here, it explains everything that you need to do for like the costume parade, things of that nature. Now movies, this right here is going to be separate from the schedule of the attractions. So this lets you know without a doubt when like the movie should start at. So for, I'm about to say Sundays, for Thursdays, Usually the first movie starts at about 1, and it's about 2 hours. Then the next movie starts, gives them time to clean up the theater, you to go to the bathroom, and then get more refreshments if need be, so you can start the next one. Then the evening event, so from 3 to 4, it's 4 hours essentially, so you can either stay in that general area or go back to the hotel and come back. Or, and again, you pay for the double feature, but you don't have to go to the double feature. You can pay online to go to both and just come in for one. But like I said, for Godzilla Final Wars, and this goes for both of the features on Saturdays and Fridays, they usually start around 10:30, so they're usually a little bit later. And if you've got dinner plans with friends and stuff, and you guys don't all want to go to the movie, you need to work that out with everyone. And cool thing here, they also show where the location is for the theater, plus also the link to specifically the Pickwick, so you can buy your tickets online if something else happens again, like this year with Final Wars. The vendors room here explains like all the vendors that are going to be at the convention usually. Getting involved is going to tell you what all the contests are right here. So costume contest is when they do the parade on Saturday. You do the contest, do a little jig, and you can see who wins. The video game tournaments for Save the Earth and Gigabash model contests is gonna. I've never participated in a model contest, but I've seen some really good models from it. Video contest is when you bring a video to show off, and you just see who wins. So a lot of people have done like compilations, full-on fan films, things of that nature. Jeopardy, or Jeopardy is a little fun Godzilla Jeopardy or Kaiju Jeopardy thing. The art contest, if you bring some art, you can show it in that art room specifically for the people for the contest. And there's also like different categories, as you can see, adult, youth, child, what the rules are, and the judging and all that. If you want to volunteer, you can sort of sign up here, explain what you want to do, things of that nature. And honestly, they need more help. So if you want to volunteer, I definitely recommend it. Here is a little stay up to date sort of thing, which you just put in your email here. You'll get some emails from time to time. They'll let you know, hey, this is when things are going on. This is when registration opens up for the convention itself. This is when like booking opens up for the hotels. Here's how booking closes for one of the hotels. Here's when the new openings open up, things of that nature. These are different sponsors. Galloping Ghost Arcade. I've been to Galloping Ghost Arcade. They get some Godzilla arcade cabinets and they bring them over. I've been to the arcade itself and it is awesome. I love it. Use all the contact info if you've got any other questions that may not be answered, things like that. And if anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask them, and I will be able to answer them to the best of my abilities, being that I've gone to GFest several times now at this point. What are the fan films like? They're going to range in quality. Like some of the Godzilla YouTubers will put up their fan films there or projects that they're working on, so it's going to depend on the fan filmer itself. Yeah, probably never going to G-Fest, not my thing, and plus I'm kind of not liking Godzilla much anymore. I mean, it's not gonna be for everyone, unfortunately. But like, if you don't like crowds, it's gonna be a thing. Was the video game room downstairs? Yes, it was. It's downstairs to, if you went down the stairs / escalators, you're gonna take a right, and it's down that way. I wish I could do it. It's just so far away, and I expect to be pricey. Yeah, you just gotta take advantage of a lot of the deals. What panels did you attend? I attended the Godzilla 84 anniversary panel. I also attended the original Kaiju panel, the writing Kaiju panel. I hosted the Islands of Godzilla panel and the Storytelling of Godzilla -1 panel. I attended the other Godzilla -1 panel. I was at the Rie Oda one. What else was I at? I was at the tail end of the Cryptids and Kaiju panel as well. I was going to make a film for the contest, ran out of time before I could even make it. Oh, that sucks, man. I swear, man, when me and Zim and a bunch of guys on a shame finish the Godzilla film we're working on, I could go to G-Fest next year. Yeah. No, I went to several, and plus you were on a lot anyway, so it was hard to miss you, to be honest. Have you ever experienced any toxic behavior GFS before? I assume you mean have I ever experienced any toxic behavior at GFest before? No. I know there's one person I ran into. Well, I didn't run into them, but like someone who talks a lot of shit online that did not say anything to me at GFest. And then I ran into some people who like no beef and kind of just in-person talk, quashed it. Well, we didn't even quash it there. Quashed it before I even came. Like Rick the Squirrel. See him every year at G-Fest, but like this year he like knew it was actually me, and like we talked and chilled. Like there's no bad blood there. I know a guy who's on 7. Jeez. I did get the Hyatt G21 and Burning Godzilla at least. That's nice, man. That's nice. Did you enter the gaming tournaments? No. I wanted to enter the Gigabash tournament, but because I was jumping around with helping with panel stuff, meeting up with friends, and just general other stuff, I didn't have the time to actually sit down and like do the tournament. I wish I did though. Plus, honestly, I want to grind out Gigabash a little bit more before. Quick. What's your favorite part of G-Fest? Honestly, just meeting people. That's like the biggest thing I'd have to say that I love about G-Fest is just getting to hang out with people, things like that. Yeah, most of the stuff downstairs don't get to as much. I'm trying to reverse my Judas experience. Like, I went into the model room and I went into the art room. I did not get to do. I did not take videos of them, unfortunately, because I was bouncing around so much. I was taking videos where I could when I had battery life, things of that nature. But I'm thinking about probably investing in just getting a camera for next year so I can use that when I'm around places. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna talk a little bit about the dealer's room because people always have like they feel a certain way about the dealer's room. There's no like shame in that, and like I think a lot of people like to specifically um talk up like how bad the dealer's room is, and like this way or the next way. But I think that it's best to be like, okay, let's just dispel some rumors. So are you gonna be when you're going to G Fest? Are you gonna be getting scalped all the time for like every little thing that's there? No. Are there gonna be certain tables that price things a little bit more expensive than normal retail? Yes. What do you do to combat this? So, despite the fact that the there's the con is growing, so that means there's gonna be more people who are coming into the convention. What you want to do outside of just getting in line early to the dealer's room is specifically walking around, going to all the tables first before you buy anything and asking about prices. Just say, hey, how much is this? They tell you the price. You say, cool. And you just keep an eye on it. Remember where it's at what table. Walk around. If you see it somewhere else, be like, hey, how much is this? And if they say it's this and it's a little bit more expensive or a little bit cheaper, then be like, noted. Make sure you just go to all the tables so that you can be like, I know that this thing is at multiple tables. Here are all the prices for it. This is the cheapest one. Let me go back to it. And like, it's not that hard if like you're pretty active to just walk through the room. And if you're looking for something specific, I walk over to like do another take, come back. That's what I recommend anyone to do if they are going to the dealer's room and looking for stuff. Because you could go somewhere and you're like, I really want to get this specific figure. You go to a table, it's like 60, 70 bucks. You buy it. You go to another table and then you're like curious. You ask how much it is and they're selling it for like 40. And in that case, you feel like a chump because like you really wanted that figure and you end up spending more than you probably would have wanted. I will say this generally. I tell people this rule mainly because it's good if you don't have a whole lot of money. I generally start saving up for GFS around this time, like right after GFS ends. I just start putting aside a little bit of money here and there. So I come in with a lot of cash anyways. That's just to cover other expenses as well. But generally nowadays, I'm pretty particular about what I want to pick up. And I always check resale prices. And if I have a little bit of money beforehand and I'm like, hey, I can spend some money and buy this figure before it even ends up at GFest. So then I don't have to worry about like packing to begin with. I'll buy it then. It means it's one less thing off my list at GFest to get. And then I end up getting stuff I wasn't even expecting to get at GFest. Like I ended up getting the Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee game guide. I wasn't even expecting to find that there, and I ended up getting it. And then I found a making of Godzilla 98 a making of Godzilla 98 book, which I'm happy I bought because now I can reference that book directly instead of trying to find scans of it. So that's good as well. And no other tables had those. I was willing to part with the money that they gave. However, by about Sunday, certain dealers will be able to haggle with and be like, hey, based on this or that, can you shave off a few bit of like some bits of cash? Like I know in certain cases, if you're dealing with a lot of ones, fives, and zeros in this case, so like 15s, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 55, 65s, things like that. So if you see something that's like 30 and you see something else that's like for 45 and they're like, 75, you'd be like, hey, can I do like 70? In a lot of cases, they're going to be like, yeah, sure. It's like, it's shaving off $5. You're still keeping $5 is what it is. But just be respectful, things like that. In terms of like dealers, I recommend the most. I really like Beast of the East collectibles and Clawmark toys. Beast of the East, I know they're always really up to date in terms of the Movie Monster series stuff, and that's primarily what I buy. So that's why I like them a lot versus like other dealers where it's usually gonna be more specific things that I'm gonna get from them because I don't see it anywhere else. Another reason I wouldn't go, I'd go broke because I'm going after all around. I know there are at least 2 different dealers. They go every year. They do model kits, and they have like the big ones, and they have small ones, and they like their price ranges for those things are crazy. And I know for a fact that like if you went, man, you'd be like, oh, I'm getting that, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. So yeah. Plus, there's like a lot of dealers that don't just strictly do Godzilla stuff. There's some stuff that have anime, some horror stuff, general sci-fi. So there's a lot of variety to choose from. Seismic, Otaku America are pretty good too. Toku Toy Town, that was the one I was thinking of, I didn't remember the name of. And there it is. Titanic Creation. So if you like Titanicus and you're happy for like Yongri getting a figure, they're always there. And I know like this year, one of the dealers that was closer to the exit was doing like a BOGO sale for Movie Monster series stuff. So like it was like a buy one, get one 50% off, which is pretty cool. And at least in my case, since I have a pretty small range in terms of what I'm going to buy, I am like, okay, I'd probably get like this and that 50% off. Cool. Although this year there was the stuff that they had were all things I was like, oh, I already got those, or nah, I'm pretty good on what I got. So like take advantage of the deals, be respectful, haggle where it's necessary, but don't be like outrageous about it. And you'll be completely fine in the dealer's room. Like people try to really ham up like how bad it can be, but it's not that bad. That Titanicus figure is going to be pretty nice whenever it does come out, because I know they did show the prototype off. And what else is probably important besides the dealer's room? Obviously, I already explained about the movies. And this goes without saying, of course. Just be very particular about your hygiene. That goes without saying. You're going to be in a confined space with a lot of people. Just be cognizant of that. It's simple as like I'm not going to name names because I can't name names, but just consider. Which it wasn't bad this year, so things like that. Which goes on. Oh, before I answer this, Milestone Film Ball is heading out, so he's got to go. See you, man. Thank you. I'm usually streaming on Sundays. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But thank you for coming in, Nathan. It's good seeing you at G-Fest and good seeing you here. Have a good one, man. But which Godzilla versus, I think you mean verse like universes, do you have the most fun scaling? I don't know. Like generally scaling is sort of like across the board. I like it. So I don't feel like one particular way versus another, because scaling is gonna be scaling in that case. I guess like you could do more fun matchups, which I think that like in that case, a lot of like the Heisei, like the versus monsters of the Heisei series, matching them up against each other in like a hypothetical like even stats battle is kind of interesting, but like that has a pretty simple scaling chain. So like if you're going by purely actual stats, it's not as fun, but like those matchups are kind of fun when you like let them do even stats. Oh, costumes. I think you mean you want to show off your kaiju costumes, but I guess like speaking specifically about like packing, I guess generally I know for myself, I go with just 2 carry-ons, one that I put above on the plane and then one I put under the seat in front of me. I don't carry a whole lot outside of like a little bit of extra clothes and toiletries. I carry an iPad around just because I do my art and stuff on it, so I have that, and then that is like mostly about it. And honestly, the less you pack, like pack only the essentials, the better for things like the dealer's room, because then you're packing and you're not worried about squishing too many things in there and worried about something breaking. So that goes without saying. If you're doing a road trip, however, or you live close to the area, you don't have to worry about that as much, because obviously you have a car and you can put stuff in your car once you're leaving the hotel or you're leaving for the day and coming back. So things like that. And I guess like another thing that could be said is that like I didn't get approached as much as mostly like you guys who are like, hey, do you want to meet up? I'm like, yeah, sure. But you're gonna see like people who are like YouTubers and stuff go there. Like say hey to them. Don't like overdo it. Like it's natural that you're gonna be excited if you're seeing like, oh, I'm such a big fan of yours, but like they also want to enjoy the convention and they appreciate your company, but they also do not want to have to like babysit people. And I don't say that in a mean way. I just say that as a way that like you wouldn't want someone taking up a lot of your like all of your time while you're at a convention that you want to enjoy for the convention itself. Like just be respectful of their time. But with that all said and done, I think I can start. Um, One second. But boss is typing up a storm. Yeah, I just realized that I'm responding to like things outside of the stream, and then it's like, oh wait, I forgot I have a gaming keyboard now, so now you just hear all the, which is fun. But what I did want to do is I want to get people into the stream because we're going to start setting up and talking about the original Kaiju stories that we're going to start doing. We're not showing off anything today, but we're setting up the groundwork for what I'm going to want to do. So, as always, I'm just going to invite people to the stream. And first, I'm going to do the Discord as always. Someone brought it to my attention that the Discord link and the earlier video descriptions don't work anymore. I've updated it, but all of the ones that are in here should work. But yeah, if you're not part of the Discord, you should either come into the Discord, or if you don't have a Discord at all, sign up and then join. And now I'm just going to share from the Discord, because I always let people who are in the Discord just get that main priority just because they're there and things like that. So there we go. And we got first person in Minecraft. How's it going?
Hello. It's going pretty well. Sorry if I sound a little...
Good, sir. You're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry if I sound a little congested.
Yeah, you're cool. Don't worry.
Yeah,
And Sea Monster in as well.
Hey, C.
Hello.
Yeah. So G-Fest was fun. G-Fest was a lot of fun.
Was fun. And plus getting to meet you guys was fun. Plus recording what your guys' reactions for GXK was absolutely hilarious.
Oh god. Yeah, GXK was the absolute highlight for me. Like, goodness gracious, that was so much fun.
I would say like my favorite movie just to watch again on screen was 84, but the one I had the most fun with was probably Final Wars, just because of the John Fry. The John Fry cheering was awesome.
Yeah, I could see it. I was watching some reactions.
He is the Dawn. He is not only his first name; it is his title. He is the Dawn of Dawn Fries.
Yeah, I was watching some video reactions that were posted on YouTube. Good God, Final Wars looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was. Well. I'm surprised you didn't go to that one.
Thing is, I didn't even know it was happening.
Really?
I didn't even know it was happening until the day after when it was either you or Kaiju Kuru told me about it.
Oh, okay.
And I made it a point to go for GXK before anything got out.
Yeah. Suffolk. And then cool. Alice says, "What's your biggest problem with G-Fest, and what's your biggest strength with it as well?" I guess biggest positive. Biggest positive, I guess. Actually, they're kind of hand in hand. The biggest strength and detriment is that it's getting bigger. Since it's getting bigger, it just means that like it's more cramped. So that's just how the cards are rolling out right now. But if they measure things out more and they expand out things to the Hyatt, I think that like a lot of those things are going to be alleviated, which is good in my opinion.
Yeah, that was something that me and my brother noticed. I was sitting on the writers panel, or it was one of the panels, and then I think it actually was the writers panel, or no, it was the creating original kaiju panel. And my brother was off to the dealer's room to check out what they were. The line was stretching back to the end of the Hyatt.
Oh, I'm just hearing something.
Oh, that's probably my air conditioner.
No, that's not. It was something else was happening in another tab, I think.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the dealer's room line was absolutely insane.
Yeah. Won't G-Fest has to size up in the future? I mean, it's sized up from the Crown to the Hyatt, and there's still room in the Hyatt to do stuff. So, if anything, I'm thinking that probably they're going to expand more of the Hyatt rooms. And once those rooms get filled, they're probably going to do maybe one more year to see where things kind of go. And then, yeah, they're going to have to probably move to the convention center because that's the only other place that I could think of that's close by that's bigger.
Yeah, I didn't really do much shopping at G-Fest. I picked up 3 figures and a T-shirt for my friend. Yeah, but the figures I did get, those were some of the ones that I were gunning for. I picked up a Movie Monster Series Baggin on day 1, which was pretty good. And then Rebirth Gauss and Hayatoy Sea Monster. I mean Godzilla 2021 on the last day, so that was fun. Yeah, the Haya figure is actually really, really good.
Yeah. So, am I like staring at you like from the shelf in your room or something?
You're blasting your atomic breath at my computer. No. I can't. I'm gonna take a picture real fast and show it to you because I have them posed right here.
Yeah. So, are we doing on Discord or?
Yeah, I'll post it on Discord. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll DM it to you. Yeah, it's a really this lived up to the hype. This is a really good figure.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much have some trouble like getting like the second head on that's meant to be for the atomic breath, pretty much. But yeah, it's a pretty solid figure.
Yeah. The atomic breath head is a bit weird. It's very top heavy. It's very top heavy when you have the atomic breath itself on. But yeah, and the tail is a little bit tight. Well, was a little tight at points, but I managed to like shake it a bit loose without breaking it. So it's incredibly posable.
Yeah, but Kaya definitely. I only have like the 2019, the regular 2019 Godzilla, and the.
You don't even have the figure that's your profile.
No, I have. No, I do have the figure. I have the figure that's my profile. That's why I have it as my profile.
That would be so funny if you just picked a figure that you really like randomly off someone, and you're like, "That's gonna be my profile picture forever."
That would be so funny. Oh my god. No, but I'm definitely picking up their Godzilla Evolved and Godzilla Re-Evolved. So.
Jacob says, "Have you guys heard of Godzilla Black Mass?" Yes, I have. It's interesting.
Yes.
It's progressing. It progresses slowly. The design is interesting. Some things about it I'm not the biggest fan of, but like overall, it's a fun design. Like there's not too much I have. And it keeps like very much the spirit of Godzilla, which I like.
Yeah, I think it works really well.
Mm-hmm. Anytime when I think of Black Mass, I think of Johnny Depp's like as Whitey Bulger, pretty much the movie Black Mass.
It's really funny because, like, I like live around the area where Whitey Bulger was like prolific, but like I know absolutely like nothing about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much only seen the movie like once, and it was like after like renting it from like Redbox one time, and I mean, I remember thinking it was good. So.
Yeah, but it's funny that I say that because like I know a friend of mine's like super big into true crime, and they're probably just thinking, "Wait, you know nothing about Whitey Bulger? You live up here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was like before my time." I know he got like like prominently like totally arrested like around the time like I was like mid-teen, I think. But again, like it wasn't something that like I was super interested in or like affected me at all. So I was like, okay, cool, I guess. Whitey Bulger.
Typical Godzilla fan.
Typical Godzilla. Yeah, exactly. If there's one thing in my state I'd actually care about, it'd be Jaws.
Oh. Wait, did you go to the Jaws versus Japan panel?
I did not go to that one, unfortunately.
Ah, dang it. That was a really fun panel.
What's it called? I know what's it called? Jaws' big anniversary was this year. And I think that was something that went down around Cape Cod, but I haven't followed it as much as I probably should.
Well, next year is going to be crazy, especially for Jaws fans, because it'll be 50 next year. So
yeah.
By the way, I see the picture Minecraft World that just sent. Nice.
Yeah, the figure's fantastic. Figure's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hoping to pick up a Haya figure because I want to use that for a Titanicus Gojira versus Titanicus animation that I want to do once
nice.
Titanic Creations releases their Titanicus, their articulated one.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'm wondering how it's going to scale with the Haya figures.
Wait, the Haya figures to what?
The Haya figures to the TC Titanicus, the upcoming one. Because I know it's bigger than the original 6 inch.
It's going to be big. I think it's bigger than like their original 6 inches that they had for regular Titanicus. So
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
And even like that's yeah.
Yeah, they posted a size comparison with Yongari, Pulgasari, and Gorgo.
Mm-hmm.
So I got their Gorgo repainted.
If you were all set on Skull Island, what would you do with your lives? I guess like if we ended up on Skull Island.
Guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die. Which that also depends too. Which Skull Island am I ending up on? Because if I'm ending up on the 33 or the 80s one or 70s, like that one, the Dilo de Laurentiis one, I'm probably gonna be pretty chill. Like if I just washed ashore there, because the natives aren't super hostile. And in the Dilo de Laurentiis one, there aren't like dinosaurs. There's just that giant snake in Kong, so I'm pretty safe in that aspect. But if it's like the 05 one, it's like, okay, you have to like wonder where you're gonna end up, because you're not gonna want to deal with the natives, and I'd rather not want to deal with like the dinosaurs either.
I definitely would not want to fuck with the bugs, pretty much.
Yeah, but like that's like
absolutely
one
not.
chasm though.
Absolutely not.
But like the other thing too is that like there's a bunch of like other insects that like that ends up walking around like the general foresty area. Like I think the Highland Plains and like the upper area where Kong lives are like the only places that actually want to like live. And even like the Natural History of Skull Island book that came out a while ago that I never got, unfortunately, even states that like those are like the best places for anyone to actually live on Skull Island. But
yeah, high up, away.
Yeah, Alice
leave it
says
to the monkey to get it right.
Yeah, leave it to the monkey to get it right. But Alice says the 33 version. Yeah, I'd probably be okay for the most part because there's not as many animals there, and the natives aren't super hostile. So I'd be a little bit more fine in that case.
Yeah. Assuming the insect pit scene, which was that even real? Because I remember seeing a lot of stuff.
Apparently, it was never filmed.
It was never filmed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a deleted scene from the original, but Peter Jackson and his crew kind of recreated it.
Well, that's the thing is that like
style.
People say it was a deleted scene, but apparently there's like no actual records of like the scene ever actually being filmed and taken out at all. The only reason why we know there's a insect area in the 33 version is because it's in the book.
Isn't there like one promotional still that's real?
Most people say that that's like from the Spider Pit scene, but like it's not even like fully corroborated.
Yeah, because I think the most I've heard is that it is a real promotional still or a test, like picture or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should rewatch the original King Kong. The King Kong Fantasia thing that they showed before G-Fest was awesome. Well,
they do that now every year for like the later movies, whether if it's a Godzilla one or if it's a King Kong related movie, they do those before the movies now, which is really nice. But I'd like probably there'll be another stream discussion would be talking about the different Skull Islands because I actually have hot takes regarding the 05 version.
How dare you?
Can you give a tease? Can you give a tease, please?
I don't really like the 05 King Kong Skull Island as much anymore.
How dare you, good sir?
Damn it, man. Man.
I also don't even really think that the 05 King Kong is as good as I used to think it was either.
Damn it, man.
Oh, boy.
Before more fighting words are said, Zaza says, should Zilla be in the Monsterverse? No.
Funny that you say that. I was coming up with a concept. I had a different idea in mind for a sequel pitch to my pitch that involved Axor and Zilla. That was the idea. The idea was basically one big homage to the Hanna-Barbera and Godzilla '98 TV shows.
Yeah, I think I would say I probably would have an idea for how to get Zilla in the Monsterverse. It would just be like if we were to retain the overall general design with the arms and the legs and all that. I would kind of have him be a little bit more like the Indoraptor in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, where he kind of goes up more on all fours more often than not. Especially when he's in running. That would probably be it.
I can see that. That could allow for some really interesting visuals.
Yeah, because the way he kind of runs in the '98 film, it's kind of like, I don't know if that would work, pretty much. But
yeah, no.
Having him on all fours, though, it probably would make a little more sense.
Yeah. Whether you go something like his actual original origins or something like he is a subspecies of Godzilla, you could probably justify it by that. So,
yeah. Like I would have to kind of justify like having him in the Monsterverse, in a way that would kind of make that's like just different enough from the other iteration, but not so different that, people would probably try to complain about it anyways, but
I think you're kind of overthinking things, really. Because, it'd be like me saying, oh, how would we work in Rodan into the Monsterverse? I mean, just have him there,
Yeah.
What the hell would you even do
Or
with
not have
him?
him there. Haha.
What do you mean?
Hey, don't, dude. Zilla's cool.
I get
Okay,
it's like
Zilla's cool.
it's like me.
Rulers of Earth did him justice. Rulers of Earth
Rulers
did
of-
him very much.
Rulers of Earth did him justice. You mean when he was literally Godzilla's fleshlight for that entire fight?
It was a cool fight. Okay,
I mean, yeah, it was cool making him like Godzilla just went. You know what? Unzips.
and he was awesome during the final battle.
Ah.
He's actually smart. He actually used this. He actually used his skills to his advantage.
But
Reread that comic again, damn it!
What monsters do you think would work in the -1 universe? All the classics work just fine.
Yeah. Well, I have to think about it. I kind of have to.
Okay.
I would have to
There's
go
a difference
one.
between works, and there's a difference
I
between
would have to
works
go-
I would want to see, because there are a lot of monsters in the -1 verse that I would that if -1 got a sequel that I wouldn't want to see.
I would have to go one by one just to see, like, you know, like, would this fit? Would this work? I mean, like, Anguirus I could see working. You know, for example, like that, like he could work.
Anguirus works really well. Rodan works well too.
Yeah, Rodan works
Yeah.
well too. It's just a matter of, like, I'm kind of like, I would kind of be sort of worried, like, how many would actually I would try to, like, fit into that universe without just kind of making it seem like, oh, -1 just now seems to be like, kind of like, I don't know, like,
a
I'd say-
repeat of other Godzilla verses.
I'd say early show stuff before King Ghidorah, with the exception of maybe Titanosaurus.
Yeah.
I would say
Not a good
Titanosaurus could work.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's saying all the monsters from the early show era before Ghidorah, Titanosaurus being the only exception from late show that fits. And yeah,
yeah,
So,
I could
like,
see that.
all like the atomic like age monsters work in there. So Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, Varan, Baragon, I'd say works well. Even though he's post Ghidorah, Gorosaurus works fine.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
Again, also
Baragon-
post Ghidorah?
Isn't Baragon
Baragon-
also post Ghidorah? I thought Baragon's also post Ghidorah because he
He
first
is post
appeared.
Ghidorah as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, a lot of the Saurian monsters absolutely
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, the Saurian.
And the insects. So like Kamacris and Kumonga work well too.
Yeah,
A part of me wants to see Kumanga or Kamacuras in a -1 sequel. I think that would be a really nice callback to some of the like 50s giant monster movies of the Americas. That'd be a really interesting thing. And two, just
Especially
because
with,
I feel like you could do a lot with them.
The potential you could do of like a Toho era, like Toho style Skull Island, where you have a bunch of the monsters not like living on like Monster Land where it's like monitor, but like just a island full of monsters, but having there be more variety besides the insects would be super interesting.
Yeah.
Alice says, what non-Godzilla film would you want a reboot of?
Gamera.
The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
That too.
That'd be my big one. Like a A24 period piece, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Not a deconstruction, not even a remake, just like a film that tells a similar story, but like is respectful of the time period, isn't trying to make a statement about that time period from a modern perspective, just like do kind of what King Kong 05 tried to do, but actually do it. So there's your other hot take.
I would want to see 20 million miles to Earth.
That'd be cool too.
Oh, yeah, that one would be sick.
Yeah, I'm trying. What would I?
I said Gamera earlier, but like I'd also want to see maybe Frankenstein again, like Toho's Frankenstein.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
The only idea I have in mind. The only idea I have in mind to do a reboot of, and it wouldn't even necessarily be a reboot, really. It's like make like a good sequel to Pacific Rim, maybe.
Yes.
Like pretty much like basically like even if it has to do similar beats as like Uprising, but actually like do it well. Like basically a do-over almost.
Yeah. Uprising had a lot of potential going for it, but like, God, what did you do? What did you do?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, what I've heard about even Del Toro's, like some of Del Toro's original ideas for Pacific Rim Uprising, even those weren't good, pretty much. When I think about them.
I do not like Del Toro's pitch for the sequel.
Yeah, the precursors being humans from the future. I mean, come on.
That was silly.
That was stupid. That was just stupid.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that I guess it's kind of a. I almost wish that I, had known about that by the time I was working on my Pacific Rim Uprising videos, because that would have been like a really interesting point that would have been worth addressing. I'm like, wow, okay, so this movie was fucked no matter what.
I think that the idea, the precursors being futuristic humans, is like has such a kind of like. It's like a really artsy like feel to it, but it would never have worked.
Yeah, it's like humans were the monsters we're the real monsters the whole time. It's like you don't have to do that all the time. Like
Pacific Rim has a good theme relating to climate change, but you don't need to shove it in our faces.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alice also asks, can Pacific Rim 3 work? I mean, it could, but
I don't.
We did get Pacific Rim 3 in the form. We did get Pacific Rim 3 in the form of Pacific Rim the Black, which I liked.
I mean, the thing with the Black is that it like the problem is that like Uprising does a lot of damage to the first film, and then Black also does more damage to the ending of the first film.
Yeah.
Like had the Black taken place like pre-first film and handled a similar scenario, like it could have led up to the construction of Striker Eureka instead of like being in a world where the Kaiju come back and like take over Australia. Like I don't know. Like I just feel that like all the sequels to Pacific Rim don't do a good job of respecting what happened at the end of that film.
Yeah, I mean, like Pacific Rim the Black at that point, it's like, I mean, Uprising pretty much already just already kind of destroyed the first movie retroactively. So the Black is just kind of like, well, what if we kind of took some ideas like the Kaiju drone hybrid concept in Uprising and actually try to expand on it, for example.
Yeah,
That was one of my favorite aspects of the show.
Yeah, I don't actually blame the Black for a lot of its problems. But most of those problems were because of Uprising.
Mm-hmm.
Though on its own, I still think the Black succeeded at what it was setting out to do. It was just
like it does its job, I guess.
Yeah, I really liked the Black watching it, though at times I forget if I felt like I was the only one who was watching it, or if everyone just forgot to tell me there was a second season.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, no one talked about the second season.
Yeah,
nobody talks about the second season because it was so quiet.
I did not like how it rushed the ending. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I mean, the second season, like, I think was fine, pretty much, but yeah, it definitely did seem like they may have rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, they absolutely did. They absolutely did. I think, like, what it was going for, I think, worked, but it had a lot of growing pains.
Yeah.
Still better than Godzilla Singular Point, though.
Yes. I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean, Pacific Rim the Black is pretty much just fine. Singular Point is just a clown show. So it's not even like not even a comparison.
Not even a clown show. I would just say like it's. Oh God, I'm not going to go into it now. I could go on about Singular Point for
me. The one thing I'd say was probably better in the Black was probably the human characters, because I feel like I can remember like a little more things and liked their storyline more than I guess any human in Singular Point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
Black
think like
just-
also the situation that that Singular Point was in, well, not say that the Black was in, just meant that like you naturally were gonna care more about those characters more than like Singular Point's characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say the
absolutely.
Pacific Rim films, well, the first one at least has likable enough human characters, so the Black was likely going to draw from that.
Yeah.
Uprising, I partially refuse to watch again, unless I have to.
I actually I saw Uprising a lot more than I realized I did. I saw that film like at least like 6 times. I think it was also because like
no,
I think
my condolences. My condolences.
No,
my
like
sincere condolences.
I enjoyed the film. I'm gonna be honest. Like I did, like it wasn't a Pacific Rim 1, but like in hindsight, I did not mind it too much.
I'm in the same boat because rewatching it, like I felt that on its own, it's a pretty decent kaiju flick, but as a sequel to Pacific Rim, it's lackluster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I dislike it so much, because Pacific Rim is just straight up one of my favorite kaiju movies ever made. Like, it's my 4th favorite non-Godzilla kaiju film behind the Heisei Gambara trilogy. And so Uprising had a lot of expectations to live up to, and it missed it a lot. The only thing I would actively compliment it for are the kaiju and Jaeger designs, and even then,
I think like the one thing I don't really like the Jaeger designs, even though I think I like as a mech on its own. I think Gypsy Avenger is a cool looking mech, but as a replacement to Gypsy Danger, I think that it's very sleek. It does too much to like trying to be like an anime style kind of mech, and because of that, that loses it for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Personally, for me, like, yes, I focus on the designs a lot, but also my problem is they don't really. It doesn't really feel like they do really anything with the kaiju or Jaegers. They do more with the kaiju than the Jaegers, and it's really just the mega kaiju that they do.
I don't even really like Mega Kaiju's design.
Yeah, and even then, the Mega Kaiju feels extremely lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, Pacific Rim Uprising, like, I would consider it to be like, when I pretty much watched it for a second time, just to prepare for my videos on it, I pretty much find it to be like watchable for like the action, pretty much, even if the action isn't as could have been better if they just stuck more with how the original kind of did its action, like making us feel the scale and the size of the kaiju and the Jaegers. But yeah, it's like it can only be like entertaining on like on like a level where it's like, well, if you don't think about how we got to these plot points, it's kind of like Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. There's fun to be had unironically, but yeah, you pretty much can't think about how we got to these points, pretty much.
Yeah, it's how a lot of people treat GXK. How I treat GXK.
Yeah.
As one should.
Yeah.
The
or
one
GBK.
thing I don't like in Uprising is the overabundance of humor.
Yeah.
Or just the way they went about it, especially when you compare it to Uprising, which, had its humorous moments, but it wasn't like a straight up comedy,
Mm-hmm. Alice says, you are all hired to work on a kaiju film. Who would you put your money on to make the best? Wait, but if we're hired to make a kaiju film, then we think we can make the best kaiju film. But I guess I'll reword the question just a little bit. If we got to hire someone to make a kaiju film, who we put our money towards? So I guess we could pick like a director, I guess, in this case.
Oh God.
I didn't even hear who you said.
Unironically, I would like to see James Gunn give it a try. He already did it with the Suicide Squad, but like, I want to see a proper kaiju movie from him. I don't care who he's doing. I don't care if it's original or a previous IP. I want to see that. I want to see what he does with the giant monster.
I mean,
Well,
like he
what
did
else he's
Starro,
doing?
but like I don't think like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of James Gunn movies to begin with, so I guess that paints my
That's
bias already.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
fair.
yeah, I mean, I'm honestly not looking forward to that DC universe that he's like hosting. I mean, granted, I'm just not looking forward to superhero movies in general, unless they're called the Batman Part 2, really. But as far as the
Yeah,
director,
I'll watch
far as-
Superman Legacy just because I like Superman, but
I have some more. I mean, there may be some things. I mean, I might be somewhat morbidly curious about it, but near as I could tell, it's like it looks like they're just packing like a whole bunch of characters in. When that was kind of like what BVS was criticized for.
yeah,
It-
I agree.
fair.
and this is supposed to be their first movie in this universe. So, like, what the hell, guys?
Like again, it always just feels like they're trying really hard to catch up to Marvel when considering where Marvel's at right now. Like I know they're gonna have like a big sort of runaway hit with the Deadpool movie, but like you guys don't need to try to keep catching up to Marvel. Just work slowly on your thing, please.
Deadpool
That's what the
Wolverine is going to be.
MonsterVerse has been doing, and look at what happened so far. Yeah, the movie hasn't been. Yeah, GXK isn't a good movie, but look what happened.
Yeah,
Look
it did
what
well.
happened.
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine will do well, but it ain't gonna do a damn thing for the MCU. Pretty much,
Yeah.
it really isn't. Like, I mean, here's the thing: at this point, if you are doing a franchise that's a shared universe that's similar to Marvel, don't be like Marvel. Like, just don't. Like, Marvel isn't like Marvel anymore. Like, I think that's what people need to understand.
Be like the MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. Get people who are actually interested in the stuff that you're making or actual fans of the material that you're working on. Let them like don't go overboard, but don't underdeliver, and just keep it.
I would hire John Turtlelab. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's the guy who directed the first Meg movie, and I really liked the first Meg movie.
I love the first Meg movie. I still need to watch the sequel. I still need to watch the second one.
The sequel is good fun in my opinion, but I don't think it's as great as the first.
I heard the sequel was boring.
Meg director.
I actually saw the sequel in the theater. It honestly, like, I had fun with it, but don't ask me to try to like defend it because like, oh my god, it doesn't hold up. Like, I mean, the first movie is like cheesy fun pretty much, but it can like there's just enough in it that kind of vaguely makes sense pretty much if you like, if you look at it, good enough. I mean, like, not to say it makes not that it makes total sense, but it's like, all right, it could kind of sort of track, the second one, yeah, forget about it. Don't even make sense.
For me, it's worth watching if you want to like see like a really fun and out there take on the concept of like, I guess Megalodon and sea monsters and stuff. Because that's what I really liked in the movie. What I like more about the first one is like the more personal story aspect of it.
Right.
This one, the Meg 2 just really takes the concept and I guess jumps the shark.
Yeah, I mean, that's
honestly what they chose to do with the second movie to me is kind of why I didn't like it, is because it didn't really jump the shark as much as the book did, because the book went even more wild in the trench versus this one. So I was sort of like, I don't know, I felt a little underwhelmed.
Oh yeah, sorry, Alice. I'll answer the question about who I would hire to make a kaiju film. I probably would do. I'd be curious to see. Honestly, I think I would be interested to see if it would have like, I honestly have been thinking about like Gareth Edwards pretty much, even though he did do a kaiju movie already, but like an original kaiju film, like just to, see what he would do with that pretty much, if it's like that isn't like that isn't
Yeah.
like what we usually see. I guess.
Didn't
By the
he already
way,
do that? Didn't he already do that? Wasn't that his first ever movie?
Monsters.
Yeah.
That was more post-apocalyptic stuff, though.
was there even any? Was there even any kaiju in that?
Well, they were like, I guess they weren't like kaiju, but like they were like bigger.
Have you guys
monsters.
watched the movie Love and Monsters?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did like the movie. That was a pretty nice movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. I wouldn't call it a kaiju movie.
No, not like no. It's not a kaiju movie, but it's really good.
From what I've seen of Monsters, I would say it's more like that than a genuine kaiju flick.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah, Gareth hasn't done anything with that, but aside from
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, and Rogue One, or well, I mean,
Rogue One doesn't count.
Duh. No, not a kaiju movie. But yeah, I gotta ask you guys, like, so what do you think about him, directing the next Jurassic World movie with David?
I'm interested to see what he does because I could really see him doing something interesting with dinosaurs. But the one thing that's like on my mind is that like I'm concerned that Warner Brothers, or not Warner Brothers, Universal is gonna be like, you're gonna have to have these certain dinosaurs in here because of their marquee value. And I'm like, if they had the freedom to like have like their own like dino cast, then I think you could do something interesting with dinosaurs that people haven't really heard or seen before.
Right. Yeah. And apparently the writer for the original Jurassic Park movie, David Koepp, is writing this one. So there's no Colin Trevorrow or anyone like that. So I'm definitely really interested to see how Edwards is going to like portray the dinosaurs on a visual level, because he is like he was a VFX artist when he started out, and that's kind of why Godzilla 2014 or The Creator and Rogue One look really, really good for the most part, because he has a great eye in making the move, shooting the movies in a way where the CGI would look like amazing, would translate very well into live action. So
It's
I'm definitely
almost
really
like VFX artists dealing with VFX heavy projects know how to make a VFX film look good.
Yeah, and if they were to incorporate some practical effects mixed in with the CGI, I mean, Jurassic World 4 could look really awesome in the visual side of things.
Yeah, I'm cautiously hopeful for Jurassic World 4 because like it can't be worse than Dominion. It genuinely, I'm like if Gareth Edwards.
I mean, it could get worse.
Well, still, if Gareth Edwards at the helm, and one of the writers of Jurassic Park, the very first Jurassic Park, is writing this movie, I don't think it can physically be worse than Dominion or 65. 65 is my least favorite movie of last year. Good God, that was terrible. But
65 could have been. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
65 could have been so good.
Yes.
I was about to say.
It was like Jurassic World Dominion at least had the thing with like the previous two movies coming before it not exactly helping, as well as just 65 had none of the constraints of the Jurassic franchise coming before it. You had free reign to do whatever you wanted with dinosaurs and portray them, correctly, but you didn't.
I'll say this because it's dealing with aliens. I think I don't think the accuracy argument holds much water to me, because I'm like, you're already dealing with aliens to begin with. So at a certain point, I'm like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, like, it's only like a mistake when it comes to accuracy if it's like a documentary or like you're dealing with a time travel scenario, and the idea is that you're just dealing with actual like just dinosaurs, not like monsters, and not like, oh, we're dealing in like in a universe where dinosaurs look a certain way. Like, I think films just have a wider range of more excuses to not be accurate. But like in the case of 65, there was so much more they could have done instead of T-Rex and four-legged T-Rex, and then
the whole herbivores.
Then Ankylosaurus T-Rex, and like all of them have the same color palette.
Yeah, there isn't even. We don't even get to see like we don't the movie doesn't even have like a moment where you pretty much have to see like some herbivore dinosaurs pretty much to kind of like give us some kind of sense of like, oh, not everything in the wild, is going to actively try to kill you, pretty much.
Well, the thing is that honestly, you could do a lot with a herbivorous dinosaur antagonist because, like, let's be honest, like herbivores in real life are pretty ornery to begin with. So, like,
the final
you could do something.
The final chase was going to be a triceratops or some triceratopsian. The whole people think herbivores aren't scary thing is actual bullshit. Considering what kind of damage herbivores can actually do in real life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like the other thing for me is that like in my humble hot take, in a situation where humans are actually prepared to take on dinosaurs, realistic dinosaurs just aren't interesting as antagonists because whenever like you have dinosaurs on screen, you have them like soak up like dozens and dozens of gunfire. But in reality, with like the right caliber of bullets, you're going to be able to take down a T-Rex pretty easily. And like you have to rely on like a lot of like humans either being really, really stupid or dinosaurs just being exceptionally lucky. And in the case of like, or both, which is usually the case too. But like whenever I see realistic dinosaurs nowadays and they're like in a horror scenario, I'm like, are the humans gonna like act somewhat smart, or are we gonna be in another situation where we have humans stranded somewhere without any resources? Because if so, I've already seen that before, and if they are actually somewhat prepared, are like firearms actually going to work in a way that makes sense logically, or are they just going to soak up bullets like they're monsters? Which in that case, just make them monsters. Don't waste my time and be like, we have accurate dinosaurs for our film.
Yeah, or have something like what happens in the movie Alien Covenant, where you have like people, including a person with a gun, like literally just slipping on the floor, just crawling around when, and when they actually do shoot at the creature, like they just accidentally kill themselves in an explosion. Yeah. Like, what was that?
I'll say I really like the T-Rex and the Quad-Rex, both design-wise and how they were used.
The T-Rexes I didn't mind, but like I know a lot of people call it like a Phaseolosuchus now, because like calling it the Quad-Rex is just kind of silly. But
you're silly.
I am a very silly man. I am a goofy goober, some might say.
I gotta say that last dinosaur at the end of that movie, like, had so like there was like hardly any build up for that thing whatsoever, pretty much.
Yeah, it showed up halfway through and we barely saw it, and then it just showed up again at the end of the film out of nowhere, and it was just like, why are you here?
Well, like for me, the thing is that like just the idea of it just not being a T-Rex, like just another completely different giant species of carnivore in that area is just super weird to me. That's like what I think. Like I could understand like a medium-sized carnivore, a large-sized carnivore, and like smaller stuff, but the Quad-Rex is just as big as the two T-Rexes, and it doesn't look like they have any like niche partitioning between the two of them.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Or like in my opinion, don't even use the T-Rexes. Just have the Quad-Rex be like the only thing that's there. I would have preferred that in all honesty, because I'm like, okay, cool. It's like its own.
All I have to say to that is keep the herbivorous finale. Keep the Triceratops chasing people. The lack of herbivores in this movie was genuinely confusing to me, considering how dinosaurs are usually portrayed in all forms of media, especially in forested landscapes.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, you know what they could have done is go really retro and just have a hyper aggressive sauropod.
Do that.
Yeah,
that works too. Just something like that. Portray the herbivores as dangerous. Damn it, that's what King Kong 05 did, and it worked there. At least for me.
Well, what's it called? They're more dangerous by the fact of being like huge. And then the Ferrectus is only for the extended cut.
Yeah,
but still.
Speaking of more 05 hot takes, I'll say this too. Peter Jackson respected the spirit of Lord of the Rings when he was making Lord of the Rings, but he did not when it came to King Kong, and that's why I think the movie also fails compared to his Lord of the Rings stuff.
Oh,
I-
okay.
Oh,
You and I are
oh,
gonna
this
have
is
some
war
words,
now.
my friend.
Oh my god,
Are you saying he did a 98?
I'm not saying he did a 98. I'm just saying that like he
did a
loved the
singular
film.
point.
No. Oh no, you're gonna hate this one. He didn't do a singular point, and he didn't do a 98. He did an anime trilogy.
No!
No!
Oh God! Zim!
No, you did not just do that!
You did not just do that! You did not just pull that out of your ass!
I did not. My
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we need to debate this movie now. We need to debate in Congo 5. We need to do
God.
that.
God. Yeah, like a debate with Zim on like what movie is worse than 98. A Congo 5 debate.
No, 98's still worse than Kong 05, but oh god, no. Yeah, that's adorable. You think I was about to say Kong is worse than 98? No, but
Oh, boy.
Kong 05 has a lot wrong with it. Oh god, it has a lot wrong with it.
Oh boy, now we have words.
So, I mean, like, if we're gonna start talking about it, I guess the first thing I can say is that the film suffers from an exceptionally bloated cast.
A what?
It has an exceptionally bloated cast of characters.
Okay, that's an objective fact, but it's still
that's the first thing I have a problem with. And then it also, the reason why, well, it has an exceptionally bloated cast, but another problem I have with it is the fact that because we have this bloated cast of characters, it makes Jack Driscoll's character not only not Jack Driscoll, but a worse character overall.
I would have counterpoint. I would have counterpoints right now, but it's been a bit since I've seen either version of Congo 5.
Yeah.
So Alice is
would
telling me to
agree
release
with
my
him.
rage right now, but I need to rewatch the movie first.
Yes, I need to
agree
rewatch
with
it.
Zim. I agree with Zim.
Fuck you.
Damn it, Nick!
Yeah, I would agree in the sense that I think splitting up the Jack Driscoll character like
into 3 different people.
Yeah, I think that's to the detriment because it overcomplicates things and makes it bloated.
Mm-hmm. Plus, also, it does a disservice to Jimmy as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you want to hear some heresy? Here's some heresy for you.
Oh shit!
The V-Rex fight is worse than the original 33 films Meat Eater fight, but it also ultimately is hollow spectacle.
Isn't that what the original 33 fight was?
The original fight was spectacle. However, unlike with the V-Rex fight, it is a 1v1 fight between the T-Rex and Kong. And in that is a match of equals where the dinosaur has its advantages, Kong has his advantages, and it's 2 creatures sizing each other up. And even though the film is about King Kong, you know Kong is probably going to win, there is more tension in Kong fighting a singular enemy versus fighting 3 enemies because you know that Kong's not going to die because it's King Kong, you know he's going to win. But also the V-Rexes come off as less of a threat because Kong is able to handle all 3 of them pretty handily. And like we see the Photodon get killed by the V-Rex and it builds up the V-Rex very well, but ultimately when the other V-Rexes come around and Kong is able to throw them around with like little to no effort, and you also see him take bites from the V-Rexes at several points without really slowing down at all, it makes the V-Rexes come off as less intimidating than the singular Meat Eater or even the snake from the Dino De Laurentiis one, because there are multiple of them, and even with multiple numbers, they still can't do anything to Kong.
I would agree because judging from the fight as well, it seems that Kong would have been able to handle them easier, like without
Anne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even having Anne as a handicap doesn't do anything because he's still handling them so easily. And like I love seeing Kong fight and win, but like at a certain point it just comes across as like there is no tension, and I know Kong is going to be okay because he's going to have to end up in New York. There's going to be nothing that hinders him from ending up at his destination. And it's not even like there's any lasting things from the V-Rex that make him easy to be captured by the crew. So it's not even like you have that as a plot point either.
Oh,
Oh god. I don't actually have any counterpoints on me at the moment.
Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go.
I need to rewatch the movie.
More hot takes. The Brontosaurus Stampede is also spectacle, and it's just trying to one up the original by having, instead of one Brontosaurus, it's having multiple Brontosauruses.
Though it's also far higher stakes in comparison to the original.
It is, well, it is higher stakes in the sense that there's more ways for you to die because you have
Bruce Baxter, and another setup for Bruce Baxter's character artist continuing to establish him, as well as a continuation of what Carl Denham's characterization is.
So two things in that case. You may be adding more to Bruce Baxter's character, but that also is at the detriment of Jack Driscoll's character, because Bruce Baxter is part of Jack Driscoll as a character because he split between Hayes, actual film Jack, and Bruce. So had we not had Bruce Baxter, we not had Hayes, that character moment could have been set up for Jack, or Jack could have been his own character, more fleshed out, and those scenes could have been dedicated to just him. And then when it comes to Carl Denham, here's another hot take. I do not like Carl Denham's characterization in the film. I don't mind Jack Black as an actor. I think he pulled off the role phenomenally, but I think Carl Denham's characterization is a postmodern reinvention and an analysis of the Carl Denham character to make him more villainous than he was in the original. And because they don't really care about the original vision of these characters, unlike with Lord of the Rings, where they try to respect Tolkien's ideas for these characters, Carl Denham as a character is far different from his original counterpart and isn't expanded upon, but instead is a totally different character with similar attributes.
Shit, you're actually winning here. Damn it!
And here's another thing too, is that the whole thing with Jack and Kong in the cinema doesn't have as much of an impact, because all we really have when it comes to Kong disliking Jack is him fulfilling what the original Jack did in the first film. But for some reason, Kong is hyper aggressive towards Jack versus literally the rest of the crew that, in fact, probably did more to hurt him, because we know the other crew members were there. And the only reason why Kong specifically chases after Jack is, again, because he's holding him back, but also because of the fact that it's Jack Driscoll as the character, and you have to have that standoff between Jack and Kong because they're fighting for the affections of Anne.
The answer is pretty obvious, because Jack was like the guy who pretty much actually got Anne out of there, and Kong pretty much the Kong pretty much literally woke up as Jack was reaching for Anne. So
sure, but also he did see Carl throw those chemicals into his eyes. He did see Engelhorn shoot him. Like, even if we say Kong is more bitter towards Jack because Jack took Anne, he doesn't respond the same way to anyone else in that theater, even though he had time to.
True, but here's the thing. He isn't it. But here's the thing: Kong would pretty much understand that he pretty much wouldn't have been chloroformed and be strung up in that crowd if it wasn't for Jack taking Anne.
Maybe, but I think that's too much of an extrapolation, in my opinion. Especially because they do a lot to specifically build up Carl Denham's more like nefarious nature there, and again, with how underdeveloped Jack is as a character. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I could give it to you, but it's also like, Jack is literally just a punching bag for this movie.
Where the hell's Black when you need him?
Oh, Blackwood. Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder what he would say. I wonder what he would say if he'd side with you guys. Like it'd be.
He probably would. Unironically, he probably would side with us.
It'd be like
I know how he talks about the 05 King Kong.
It'd be like Aliens versus Predator versus Terminator. The two former enemies have to team. I am the Mecha Godzilla of this fight, guys. Except I actually get to win. You guys are monkeys.
Well, wait, what am I? Because I'm on your side, Zim. Like for the most part.
You're.
Well, I guess. Wait. No, Vic, you get to be Mecha Godzilla. I get to be the Ghidorah spirit inside.
Nice. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Ooh, and wait. Joe. F29's got one for like a response to me. The Ginza attacking Godzilla -1 is just hollow daylight spectacle to one up the original Godzilla nighttime attacks. In this case, because they aren't a shot-for-shot recreation of those attacks, unlike with the King Kong movie where they try their best to, one, copy the film beat for beat, it's not analogous, but also what the Ginza attack does in terms of its setup is different from what the setup is at the end of the nighttime attacks for Godzilla. Not to mention the fact that like the Odo Island sequence for Godzilla in 54 versus -1 is different, and the end and the final solution that comes for Godzilla at the end of -1 is so different from 54 as well, that even if we say that it's for spectacle because we want to see Godzilla destroy something, thematically it does a lot more in different ways compared to 54.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like -1 isn't even like a direct remake of Gojira 54. It's just that it takes a lot of similar elements from 54. So this compares. So that as like compare for this sort of like analogy, doesn't quite fit.
Yeah, whereas with 05 Kong, it is trying to be an updated but expanded remake of the original, which it fails at.
All I think is 98 is so respectful because its attacks took place at night, just like in 54.
Here, hold on, I gotta do something. I'll be back.
Well, actually, you know what? Because I've been rewriting the retrospective first
Vic,
part. Oh no, you go Minecraft World.
Yeah, Vic, we got a reveal for Bandai Movie Monster Series Zilla Final Wars.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm picking that up.
I'm probably gonna pick it up off eBay because I think it's only through like Buy. So I'm like, I really just don't want to go through the hassle of like going through the like the Japanese store and stuff like that. I'll just wait.
Actually, I would say it's actually rather easy because, actually all of the ones that I've gotten were pretty easy to get through the store and buy.
Where they like it? Can I just get it through the through the Godzilla store normally, or do I have to go through Buy? Because I know when I checked the link, it sent me to somewhere different than like the usual Godzilla store, so that's why I was confused by.
I'm trying to remember how he did it because it was a while ago, but
yeah, because then the other thing too is that like you have to worry about like the conversions and stuff for like the yen and all that, and I'm like, I know once it hits the market, there's gonna be enough people who are gonna buy stuff off, like they're gonna buy copies of and put them on eBay, and I'm like, I like the figure enough to where I'm gonna save up money and just get one off eBay.
Yeah,
I guess. I think it might be a little better because I can't remember thinking that I paid more than I would have like on an eBay scalper or something.
I mean, like there's like one guy that I talked to who bought all of my Bandai Movie Monster stuff from, and he sells them for a pretty good price. So like, if he ends up getting some Zilla stuff, like the Zilla, I'll probably just be like, hey, can I just get it off you? And if he's like, yeah, sure, I'll be like, cool.
Nice.
I guess that is a more direct way.
Yeah, it's like a more direct way if you're like, I need to get it now. I'm like, I'm in no rush. Plus, like, it's a matter of like budgeting and stuff. CG says, so Zim, if you don't like the 05 or at least don't think it's a good adaptation, what do you think of Skull Island? Do you mean Skull Island like the Monsterverse movie? Since it's not an adaptation and it's a movie set in a cinematic universe, it does its job very well. And because it's not a remake like the Dino De Laurentiis one or the 05 version, its problems aren't as blatant because you're not having to compare it to the first film, or like have people be like, this is what I thought about the first film and this is what we were bringing in terms of baggage wise, in terms of like how we were working on it. But yeah, that would be like my thoughts.
I'm gonna use that to launch off a question I've been wanting to ask, I guess the community and you guys for a while is, would you guys want to see a Godzilla 54 remake in a similar vein of the '05, where it's
No.
like a period piece?
No.
Not really.
No.
Not really. Partially because -1 gave me what I'd want from something like a 54 remake.
Yeah, I think that like I don't need a remake. I just would like to see more Godzilla content take place within that era, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential to go Atomic Age or even pre-Atomic Age. I've been seeing a lot of ideas for a like Meiji era Godzilla film, one which I would love to see that. Honestly, I would love to see Godzilla pre-nuke.
Mm-hmm.
The Godzilla story take place before the nuke.
And like I love 54 and I love -1, but I wouldn't want to see someone be like, let's do a remake of 54. I think that film stands alone for what it is. And same thing as like I like what Godzilla King of the Monsters did at the time, but I don't think there's any reason to be like, let's see what we can do with a Serizawa or Emiko and Ogata for modern audiences. I'm like, no, I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of room to expand for with Godzilla in and of himself. Yeah, I'm interested to see where the Reiwa era itself goes, both in the East and West, post -1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot more eyes.
Vic was asking if we wanted something like a straight remake of Godzilla 54 in a similar vein to Congo 5 or something like that.
A Godzilla 54 that's like an expanded remake of it.
Mm-hmm. Like what King Kong 05 is to 33.
That I have to think about that. I guess we would I guess it could work, but it makes us wonder how much are we really gonna like how would we be able to like do something like that without trying to lean into like introducing like the monsters that were already like pre-established, in the later films, like, or are we free to use that as well?
I don't know. Just because I was thinking like, cause I'm in the camp of I would want to see it just because I want to see what that film would be like with, I guess, modern techniques. Because you could say, oh, we have -1, but I would want to see that story told in, I guess, a different way. Not like modern, because like writing style of -1, because -1 isn't like modern or anything. Like I think it's to the time, since it's a period piece, and that's just what I would want to see with like maybe more fleshing out of the characters, or like not even making changes, but just fleshing out what's there. That way, maybe there's more we can add, like genuinely add to the story.
I guess again, it's one of those things where I'm like, just like expand more with new films in that same era. I think that would just be so much better.
Yeah, Kaiju as a whole, that's part of what makes Kaiju as a whole interesting. The fact that so much can be done with the concept of a giant monster shows up and goes on a rampage and sometimes fights another giant monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what makes the Godzilla franchise significant, that hasn't really happened?
Yeah. In a sense, yes.
Yeah. But I think also when we look at it too, we did have Godzilla 84, which was the closest we ever got to a like remake of 54, and then we also have, and a lot of people say Shin's like a loose remake of 54, but I think that they just take similar ideas to 54 being solo Godzilla films and do their own things with them, which is what I like about them.
Yeah. For as many pitfalls as I feel Shin has, can commend the fact that it actively tried something quote unquote different, while using a similar formula to something like 54.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said again, like with those films, like sure they're closest, but like what I want is like a period piece with the same story, told with like I guess maybe a new lens or just like a new fleshing out of the characters, like we saw in -1.
Yeah, that's just one. That's just one of those.
ZGS.
I'm like, nah.
ZGS is coming.
To be honest, 98 could have been a really good retelling of
It is, bro.
10954.
It's so
well, I mean, yeah, it's so faithful to 10954 because doesn't exist. So
what 954 what?
Yeah, right here it says 1998 could have been a really good retelling of 10954. So you're right, Vic. It is really good. It is really good retelling of that. So yeah, I'll give you that. You're totally right, man.
There you go. I win. Finally, I have one over Zim.
You get that one dub.
Okay, so yeah, a part of me since I've rewatched since I've done the Gamera marathon, a part of me wonders what a Gamera like esque remake in a King Kong 05 style would be, how that would turn out.
That's the thing, is that Gamera is so far apart from like his like that one film Gamera the Invincible or even Gamera versus Barugan that I couldn't see them doing a 05 like remake of like a Gamera movie to begin with, because like Gamera's character, like his defining trait as Gamera is like friend of all children, hero monster who fights other monsters instead of being a solo monster. Like,
yeah,
it'd be like I think you could definitely do a story revolving around a solo Gamera film, but it wouldn't be what I think a lot of people think it'd be. I think it'd be somewhere closer to like Gamera the Brave than like Gamera the Invincible, Gamera the Giant Monster.
Yeah, no.
I'm in the make Gamera a villain again camp.
No, when you lose, what makes Gamera Gamera?
That's the thing, is that like Gamera is one of those like, because he was built to rival Godzilla, his first film has very little like defining for him as a character. Like the only things that really carried over from the earlier two Gamera films was his abilities and appearance.
Yeah, that's part of why I like Gamera versus Gallus so much. That's why like Gamera versus Gallus is the best of the Showa era from a quality perspective. I would go as far as to say that, because it serves as the perfect midpoint for Gamera's character Gamera's character for the rest of his filmography, being the defining film to give him that friend to all children, defender of humanity, guardian of the universe character, but keep the same elements of the original two movies. Gamera versus Barugan, though, Gamera was not as destructive in that movie as I remember him being.
Yeah, but he also because remember, he did show up from space, and then he gets frozen for most of that movie.
Yeah, but still, when he does do stuff, it's usually by accident. In the first movie, pretty much everything there is deliberate.
Yeah, no, he does everything super deliberately in the first movie, but he's like super like mellowed out. I guess like he literally just needed a joyride in space to chill out.
Yeah, that
and it's Kraken's in as well. What's up, man?
Hi.
Shalom, shalom, good sir.
Meant to join in earlier, but I was on another stream with one of my other buddies.
It's cool.
Oh, who was
Let's
it?
raid him. Raid.
Bro, the stream was chaotic.
How many people were in it?
Just two of us, but we were just saying the most chaotic shit, but it was funny. Anyway, what's the topic going on?
So, we talked a little bit about G-Fest. Then we talked a little bit about Godzilla, and then I talked about how King Kong 05 isn't actually that good. And now we're talking about Gamera.
He said it was worse than 98.
No, I did not say that. Do not put
He said it's probably not really bad.
Wait, which Gamera film?
Gamera in general.
Well, we're talking about Gamera in general, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Honestly, rewatching the Gamera movies has given me a mass appreciation for the character himself. Like, genuinely, the dude deserves a lot more time in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
The only Gamera stuff that I have seen, at least, is the one I can't remember the title of it, but it was the one where he was like very little, like
Gamera the Brave.
Yeah, that, and I saw Gamera Rebirth, so I saw 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly,
good.
Not bad.
Okay, good.
The only Gamera movies that sorry.
No, you're good.
The only Gamera movies that I've ever watched is like Varus and Guiron, and to be honest, like I remember so little from those movies. Like part of me kind of wonders if they were actually, if I pretty much actually had like a fever dream or something at times. Maybe. I will say Guiron. I remember more pretty much. Granted, because there was like a lot more weird, wacky shit kind of happening in that movie. Varus, I don't even remember. I mean, I did plan on checking out the rest of the stuff, but including revisiting those 2. But yeah,
they're all relatively easy to find. The hardest one to find for me was Gamera versus Jiger, and even then, that's on. I think it's Pluto TV for free.
Really?
Yeah. Though it's the English dub.
Yeah, you youngins with your streaming services to find your Gameras.
Find your inner Gamera.
I remember the hardest one for me, the 3 hardest Gamera films for me to find were Jiger, Zigra, and then Super Monster. And then I got a DVD set that had like dozens of kaiju movies, and Jiger was on it. Zigra wasn't. It took me. It wasn't until I got the Legacy collection to where I got Zigra, and I also got Super Monster. But I have so many copies of Gamera vs. Virus and Gamera vs. Guiron. Like there were so many like film box sets that I got that had those films on them as like part of their big collections, and I'm like, dude, I don't need another one. I think I have like 5 copies of Guiron and like 6 copies of Guiron.
Virus? You said Guiron twice.
Yeah, 6 copies of Virus, 5 copies of Guiron.
Okay. Yeah, Gamera vs. Guiron was honestly a lot of fun. I would draw the comparison between that movie and Godzilla vs. Megalon. It is Gamera vs. Guiron's a weird movie, but it's insanely enjoyable. Virus is my second least favorite of the Showa era.
I'd say Virus is probably my least favorite next to like Zigra, all in all honesty, even though I love Zigra's design. I'm like, it's an film, and like I'm not even including Super Monster in that list because it's Super Monster. So,
I will give Super Monster the credit of the human cast wasn't the worst. Like,
here's the thing, ready? When it comes to like, here's the thing, Godzilla's Revenge has a far more coherence and like logical story than Super Monster. Yes, it does. As well as it also has like its new effects versus Super Monster's new effects. Revenge like blows Super Monster out of the water.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Big
absolutely.
Bully.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
I'm doing the sign of the cross right now. Now that you've just told me that, because if I'm preparing myself to watch the whole Gamera series, and you just told me that Super Monster is so much worse than Godzilla's Revenge.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Gamera's lows are some of the lowest of the entire kaiju genre, but his highs are absolutely some of the highest of the entire kaiju genre.
Well, that's the thing, is that like people love to ignore the lows of Gamera Showa era, but like really rag on Godzilla Showa era showings. Like they're just as bad, if not worse, in all honesty.
Everybody just pays attention to the Heisei era when it comes to Gamera. It's just like, dude has so much Gamera versus Gallus is genuinely really good. Like, I actually really, really liked that one.
The Showa one, right?
Yeah, the Showa one.
That was my favorite one growing up.
Yeah, same. Actually,
Paragon.
Yeah, I actually remember my introduction to Gamera. It was me finding... This was at the library again. I found a 6-disc collection of the English dub of the first 6 Showa movies.
Damn. What was it called?
I genuinely cannot remember what it was. I think it was like Gamera, the Ultimate Box Collection or something. I'll need to find it again, see if my library still has it. But it was an extremely bizarre find, and I didn't even know how lucky I was to have it there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you this. Like
I didn't even finish it. I only saw the Invincible versus Baragon and versus Gauss before I had to return it.
That's funny because at my library they had Gamera the Brave, and I picked that up.
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, like there was an English dub of Gamera the Brave, and I picked that shit up, and I went home and I watched that shit.
What's interesting too is that like I remember there was so many like ways you could get early DVD copies of the show films. Like my dad, I remember he got me it was a 2-box set. It was Destroy All Planets and then Gamera Strikes Back. But here's the thing. The box art for it had Gamera 3 era Gamera on like a random planet with the Vera spaceship in the background, and that was the poster that they had for Destroy All Planets. And in Gamera Strikes Back, it was just a headshot of Revenge of Iris Gamera. And I thought Gamera Strikes Back was a new Gamera film at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll have another copy of Destroy All Planets, but at least I'll have a new film for Gamera Strikes Back. I put in that disc. It's literally just an alternate title for Gamera versus Baragon. I literally like what's it called? I pulled a Dante. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm so confused.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And like, like I was like, part of me was also like, I was like, "Okay, Gamera Strikes Back, let's go." And then immediately once I knew it was Gamera versus Baragon, I'm just like,
"Oh shit, here we go again."
I knew he was gonna pull that meme.
That reminds me of my earliest experience with Gamera was going to like a swap meet type place, and there was a DVD box set of Gamera, and the picture on it was like the Heisei Gamera 3 design Gamera. I was like, whoa, that monster looks really cool. And then when I went home and popped in the DVD, it's the Showa Gamera, and I'm like, why does it look so goofy?
yeah, you're thinking like, oh, you're gonna get new Heisei Gamera material, but no,
Yeah.
it's Showa Gamera.
You're being switched by a really cool design, and then you get this.
Well, here's the thing: is like, I wasn't upset that I did not get a new Gamera movie or like that was Heisei related. I was just like, why? Why did you show me Heisei Gamera? When it like actually, I literally just found the exact set right on Google. It's this one right here.
Oh my god!
Oh
my god!
Wow, that's dirty.
Right here, I'm like, okay, Destroy All Planets. That's not really like I should have known too because I'm like, that's not the Gamera in that movie, but okay. But I'm here like, dude,
bruh. Don't switch someone like that.
Yeah, or like this right here, these things. Seeing this picture for like years.
Oh,
what?
Oh my god!
And here's the thing: is that I probably like I think this set just uses Heisei Gamera pictures because I've never seen this set in the wild, but I saw it online when I looked up Gamera Strikes Back.
Oh my goodness!
And here's the thing too: what's worse is that on the back of this DVD. It shows Gamera Strikes Back, and it shows these pictures here. I had seen Destroy All Planets that I knew Gamera used stock footage. I had seen this clip. I was like, maybe this has something else to do with Baragon. Maybe it's not the same movie. Maybe it's not. But I'm like, oh, it is the same one. But even this one here has Heisei-looking Gamera fighting Jiger. And I was like, what? And then you also got this version that has War of the Monsters, but it's got Baragon and Gamera, and it's also, again, same movie, just different title.
Oh
yeah.
My God. Yeah. Oh, you just passed it. The Godzilla vs. Gamera death battle.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, that was my introduction to Gamera. I still love that. That's still my favorite episode of that show.
That was like one of the most popular battle videos I've seen on the internet for Kaiju wise.
Yeah, death battles. Like I'm still keeping up with them. I hope everyone who was working on that, everyone at Rooster Teeth, is finding someplace else.
Yeah,
hope they're doing well because Jesus. Yeah, that one, Godzilla vs. Gamera, was my introduction. That was actually the first time I ever heard of Gamera, and Worth it.
Game.
Absolutely
Game.
worth it.
I didn't even know who Gamera was until like the 2016 teaser came out.
Oh my god, that teaser was so good.
Dude, no,
Does
here's the
anyone-
thing though. When it came out, this was like at the year. This was like when this was like 2 years after Godzilla 2014 came out, and then when the teaser came out, and because I was such a little kid, I thought, oh my god, is this guy coming into the next movie or something or what? I was like, what?
Oh my, dude.
I just sent you in the stream submissions like one of my earliest Gamera DVDs, just to show you like what me as a kid.
I'm gonna find mine. But yeah, the 2015 short film.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes.
Yes, I never picked it up. Because...
Show me. I need to see it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Oh my
remember
God.
that. I do remember that.
Oh my god.
That brings me back. But I remember this box set right here because this box set gives you Gamera versus Monster X. So that's how I got Gamera versus Jiger. I already had a copy of Gauss, even though Gauss is spelled wrong. This is how I got Yongari. This is how I got Warning from Space. I already had a copy of Destroy All Planets. War of the Monsters was, again, I was like, oh, maybe it's just... This was after I got in the Gamera Strikes Back box. So I was like, okay, it's just Baragon again. And I already had this. And I already had a copy of Gappa. And it was a standalone set from also called Monster from Prehistoric Planet. And I never had the Giant Gila monster, so that's how I also got this. But like, this right here, like, again, I understand Yongari to a degree because some of the people from Dai worked on Yongari, but the Giant Gila monster as like the one part of this whole set is so just out there.
That is
Like,
so
okay.
weird.
Yeah,
That is so weird. Oh my god.
that's interesting.
And then
Oh
let me
my
see if I
God.
can. And there's also the Gamera Legacy Collection. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, the Legacy Collection.
It's not the one that Matt Frank did art on. It's this one right here. Yeah.
No, the Matt Frank art one. That's cool. I love his
Mhm.
work. I love his
Yeah,
work.
because this is where I was able to get Super Monster and Zegra.
Yeah, that one. That's not the one I had. I'm trying to find the one I had. I don't remember what it was.
What's
I
also funny
remember,
too is
I
that
remember it was something like a white
these got
box.
super common, but I never like ended up getting these sets
Oh.
because I already had all of them as separate discs.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was shopping around at Best Buy for a bit, and I saw two of those. I think it was Godzilla versus Mothra and Godzilla. I think it was Godzilla versus King Ghidorah and Godzilla versus Mothra, the Battle for Earth, the Hazy one,
Yeah.
and then Tokyo SOS, and I want to say Final Wars. I don't remember if it was both of those, but I do remember that.
So I remember when I saw this ADV version of Destroy All Monsters, I don't remember why we weren't able to pick it up at that time, and I was so upset because this poster looks so cool. And my copy of Destroy All Monsters ended up being this 50th anniversary special edition, which came with the soundtrack, which was cool too. But when Godzilla has these like little beady eyes right here, I'm like, why does he look so like strangely terrifying in this one? picture?
Oh my god.
The poster for that, the poster that you just showed, that goes hard, man.
This one or
Yeah, that one.
yeah.
No, that is
that,
sick.
well, that one, and then the other one.
Oh yeah, this one does too. Like all of Destroy All Monsters posters.
Destroy
go
All
really hard.
Monsters has some
Bro.
really, really good posters.
They,
And then
Uh,
the
the-
American one.
the posters.
The-
What?
The image of the DVD thing that you pulled up of like one of the movie posters with the DVD for the DVD cover there that has like all the Japanese lettering and all that. Yes, I have that one. So
Oh,
The poster.
yeah, I
for
got it.
Destroy
I
All
got it
Monsters-
off. I got it off of Amazon one day, and I'm just like, well, what the heck? Why not?
So I've seen this before online. I've never seen this one in person. I saw this one in person, which is so weird because it's the again the Dino Kong and 84 Goji. with
I had
70
that one. I had
with
that
74 Godzilla or 75 Goji, and again Dino Kong. But it's not even any of them.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like they just pick random designs to just throw
make them
together
look
and
nice.
say,
Yeah.
it works.
I was so excited as a kid when I got that King Kong versus Godzilla one because I thought it was a Heisei version of the movie.
Yeah. That's what I thought too when I saw that poster online. And then this is the copy of Destroyer in Space Godzilla I got as a kid.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one as well in person.
I would say whoever designed that cover artwork for if you can even call it that, for that King Kong versus Godzilla DVD must have been an asshole. They had to be trolling. They knew.
Why does that actually go hard?
This was the copy of Destroyer Planets that I got. This was the standalone copy I have. I never got this copy of Attack of the Monsters or this copy of War of the Monsters. I did get this copy of Gamer the Invincible, which is cool, and this was the standalone copy of Gappa that I ended up getting.
I think I got those too as a kid.
What's weird too is that like with these ones here, it's like 84 Godzilla with Minya, but it's Godzilla's Revenge, and then you have this art piece with Mothra, where Mothra looks like
Mothra doesn't look like Mothra. She just looks
giant
like a
moth,
bunny.
like American Moth monster. 1 sec. Let me go in.
Oh, I see it. It's a moth. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, wrong one.
It's weird. I think that was the art that no, it wasn't that. It was the
right here.
Mothra poster.
Yeah.
Find it actually. Godzilla.
And then there was this copy. I thought, and here's the thing. I always thought, like, because this was around the time I was learning that these movies had alternate titles. For a while, I thought Godzilla vs. Monster Zero was another version of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, because I knew King Ghidorah was in the movie, and I was like, wait, so is this like another title for the Heisei movie? I was so confused back then on that.
Yeah,
But
Godzilla
this design right here for Ghidorah does go kind of hard with the greens.
I actually remember watching that one for the first time after watching Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster.
Mm.
So,
this may be a hot topic for show era, but Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster is my favorite show movie.
No, that's fair.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like,
I have a personal.
The fight with Rodan and Godzilla was the funniest shit I've seen in the show era.
I love the fact that Godzilla canonically swears. Like that's just base. That's just base to me. Like,
yo, I love this version. This like poster for Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster again. It's like 84 inspired Goji fighting Ebera.
What? Why do you say 84? That looks like GMK to me.
Well, no, because he has the pupils. That's why I don't think it looks like GMK. Plus the claws.
Oh, it's the head. Yeah, the head shape.
He looks like
He looks like the Cybot version of 84 because of the ways.
Yeah, I can see it now. I can see
it.
It.
And here's the thing: for a while, this like sea monster was so hard to come across, and like I didn't know that Ever Horror of the Deep and Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster were the same movie for a while as well. But like, even the names Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster and Ever Horror of the Deep just are pretty hard sounding titles. I like for the longest time because you could see the posters for like the Japanese posters on Godzilla Destroyer Monsters Melee as like bonus features, and for this, and since they call it Ever Horror of the Deep, I was like, yo, this sounds like it's gonna be an epic movie. It's like gonna be horror style with like a sea monster. But like I was not expecting that when I saw the movie. I was like, oh, okay.
I honestly Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
I have a lot of fondness for it. That was another one of my first ones. I remember I invited a former friend of mine to my house. He's a King Kong fan as well, alongside my brother, my younger brother. Not the one I took to G-Fest, but my younger brother. He's also a King Kong fan. We were watching Ever Horror of the Deep, and my friend had shown up. Well, we picked up my friend after watching that to watch King Kong versus Godzilla. And yeah, that was King Kong versus Godzilla was the one to make my brother a King Kong fan. So, yeah.
And then you gotta love Godzilla, literally the same poster, word for word, except bionic or cosmic.
Well, either one works, but it's like, bruh, pick one.
No, but here's the thing: it's not even like they're giving like at least with this one here, it's like a different design, and again, they're using a Heisei version of Godzilla for that. But like again, it is literally show a Godzilla, show a Mecha Godzilla. It looks like a robotic Godzilla, but it's called bionic cosmic monster.
Is that wait? Go back to the Heisei one. Is that the NES Godzilla?
No, it's just like they around this time they always would just have like Heisei Godzilla or any Godzilla design just green.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird.
God. I did. Okay, fair.
I sent over my childhood copies of Yog, the monster from space, and then my Godzilla 85 copy.
I never found a copy of Yog in the wild until like much
Oh my
later.
god. Oh my
And
god.
that's from my childhood. And they still work.
I always love the subtitle "The Legend is Reborn."
I know.
And that's what I would always call
so
like Godzilla:
hard.
The Legend is Reborn as my as like that title for that movie whenever I cite the titles.
Yeah, that's such a great tagline. Yeah, I don't really own much of the DVDs. The only Godzilla DVDs that I actually own are G14. That was one of the first ones I got, and Godzilla 98, which my mom gifted to me at one point. I'm hoping, because I saw King Kong versus Godzilla and King Kong Escapes DVD set at one point, so I'm hoping to track that down. And I'm also hoping to pick up the MonsterVerse 5 box set, 5 film box set at some point. Actually, I remember coming across a Blu-ray of Godzilla, of King Kong versus Godzilla back in the day, and I was begging my mom to buy it, and she just stamped her foot down at the point, and I just.
And that's when you snap your foot back.
Godzilla in this poster here, like you might as well just had the text saying "Fearsome Godzilla has evolved" because he looks so.
He's got like a green beam, and he's like in a theme. Like at least the theme part kind of makes sense, kind of. But his design in the green beam, and then Gigan shooting like 2 beams from his eyes.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Well, here's the thing: the fact that it's called Godzilla on Monster Island, it's like really bizarre because like we don't really see Godzilla on Monster Island all that much. But if they're trying to imply that the theme park is Monster Island, why didn't they just call it Godzilla on Monster? Well, I don't even. That title's so stupid.
A part of me really wants to see some modern Godzilla movies with those poster styles.
No,
Because
same.
I think
go
GVK
hard,
did
trust me.
something like that I think Toho did something like that with GVK, if I remember.
Really?
Oh yeah, GVK.
I think so. I don't know. I'd have to go back, but I swear they did something like that with GVK. I could be wrong.
I know someone did a version of it like that. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe it was like a fan.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They said it was from Toho, but I could be wrong.
And then I know I saw
that one.
More. I know
That looks Photoshop.
I saw someone with a
There are
better
some
Photoshop.
official. There are some that are official. I think they're probably like the merchandise run.
No, but the other one that you went to, like that one was really good. The other one.
This one?
No. Go to the image. That one on the bottom. Like yeah. That one.
This one.
Yeah, this one is incredible. Holy shit.
Wow.
Let me
Wow.
see Godzilla, GVK.
GVK has some really good. The MonsterVerse overall has some really good posters.
Yeah.
I know there was one that was like
that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun.
That-
right there.
There's
Okay,
a
that's
GVK
good.
poster
That's good. I like
in
that.
the style of a boxing match. I know because my shop had a magnet of it with like GVK and like a boxing type of.
This one right here?
No, actually, that one's not it.
This one?
No.
Oh, damn.
No. The bright yellow one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I have a magnet.
Look at that.
That was a cool one.
All right.
I always loved the classic poster where you have Godzilla shoot his ray and Kong's just got the electric wires over his head.
Yeah.
This one's also pretty cool too, right there.
Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. Honestly, we should do a discussion stream about the original King Kong versus Godzilla because I think there's a lot to be talked about.
Well, I would love to.
I would love to talk about the movie.
I
At
just
least.
gotta rewatch the film though.
Yeah, same.
Anyways, speaking of Kong, okay, so Kraken, you probably came in late. So
Yeah.
question and just a statement, what Zim said. First, the question: What do you think of King Kong 2005? Just a quick blurb.
It is
God.
fucking incredible.
Okay,
I'm
Zim.
gonna be honest. It's the first King Kong movie to ever make me cry.
Yeah, that's true. Me too. Zim, that motherfucker right over there, said that King Kong 05 does to King Kong, the original, what the Polygon trilogy does to Godzilla.
I'm having a
We're
stroke.
forming an army against you, Zim.
Yeah. I'm having a stroke.
What's it called? Me. You'll never stop at one. I'll take you all on.
Who do you think you are? CGF?
I get it. Even what's it called? It gets even heater because it's me versus everyone. So I just hold no bars. Someone just like, you know what? F you, Zim, and just leaves as he leaves.
The sea
me.
monster after him.
No. The dude just ups and leaves like he rage quits the debate. Me, useless
Final.
piece of tin.
No, Zim. Final Wars theme intensifies.
Yeah.
Wait. I'll make this intense right now.
Me just decides, you know, kicking the monsters.
Nah, I'm pulling the battle.
Hey yo!
All right, Vic, step up. Let's recreate history.
I watched the clip. I remember seeing the clip of everyone singing to that on the day after it happened.
Well, no. Just Vic, the first thing that came into my mind right after I said that is just Zogre versus Pocho. Pocho just comes up, tries to Superman punch him. Zogre just backhands him. Pocho just goes into the Family Guy death pose for It's like super well animated Pocho wind up punch and just me just
It's just no. It's Raiden with the Senator Armstrong.
Oh
thing.
yeah, standing.
It's that one Metal Gear meme.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'll just be I'll be like Kazama in Final Wars, taking my jet, flying it towards Zim in a suicide run, and be like, yeah!
No. I found the perfect video right here. It just to describe exactly what came into my mind. Streamception a little bit of just Pocho versus Zogura because of this debate. Just.
all of us are in the suit, and then Zim is just trying to think of a plan.
No. It's that one clip from GXK. It's the one clip from GXK.
You're not wrong.
Don't you understand? What about the VXs? The speculative evolution. Me. Film bad.
Everyone just losing it in the theater when that happened was so satisfying.
Yeah. What's it called? Let's see.
You were gonna do something about the original Kaiju thing as well?
Yes. But yeah, no.
Yes! Yes!
What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
This is cool. But bro, you gotta understand. Chicago 05 is just
take a nap, boy.
That case would just be you being like, "Yo, Kong 2005. It's like what the Polygon trilogy did to Godzilla punch." And that.
No. You're like, bro, how can you say this? It's a masterpiece, bro. The Lord of the Rings first did. It's like the Polygon trilogy.
Except one of us would just get back on and be like, "I'm sorry, you said what?" Because we're just like, no way, you did not just say that.
What's it called? No. It's like, it's me like 5v1ing all of you, and then one of you just does a Scar King, tries to pull Braden into the chat.
No. Braden shows up as the Scar King, and then he pulls Black Haruni into the chat as Shimo.
Oh god. No. You know what I just realized is that before Kraken came in, it was literally a Godzilla v Anguirus King Caesar Rodan moment right there.
Hey man, I thought Vic hates Kong 2005 as well for some reason.
I wouldn't say I hate it. I'm just saying I agree with Zim's take.
I mean,
He's
like,
like, I agree.
maybe if it's human story, I can understand if you didn't like it too much,
If anything, it's more like Kong and Godzilla versus Scar King and Shimo. It's kind of like more like that.
I'm gonna draw that. Actually, no. I remember the thing with the condom debate. We were sharing art about that. Who was that? Who did that?
Oh,
Who
That
did
was
that
me.
art?
That was me.
That
Wait,
was
wait,
you.
wait. No, wait.
Awesome.
It was
Let me find it.
No, I know CGF did some of
somebody
he did
did it
cheat.
Yeah,
before.
CGF did his art piece.
Yeah,
I did my art piece.
CGF did it first, and then I did my second, and then I think
Did you even post your art piece actually to the thing?
I'm checking all the way back to see.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
going
the-
back as well. Because I know someone did that with the whole
What-
Hollow Earth
If you're
charging.
talking about the Godzilla X Kong thing, that was me.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah.
You.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
was you.
why, but I just came up with that idea because of the debate, and I was like,
No, it worked. No,
Yeah,
It worked.
Yeah, it was
Right.
Kraken and CGF had designs.
Well,
Yeah.
Zim
Yeah, and I
pulled up
had
on the
what,
stream,
and I
he kinda
started
showed
the whole
debate.
thing further up. I did it.
Yeah,
I did my own thing.
See, Zim, try and put the artwork up
Pull it.
on the stream.
Yeah, pull it up for the stream to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up all of them because there was yours, Minecraft, CGFs, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a funny
That debate
fucking
was a
art
lot.
moment.
That debate was a lot of fun. Still waiting on CGF to do the highlight reel.
Yeah.
He said he has a few things to take care of first, but
Oh,
Yeah.
One sec. There we go. I should be able to share the screen normally. Nope.
Were you guys implying earlier that I'm the Shimu?
Yeah, there we go.
Zim's
Yeah,
Star King?
there's Krakens, there was CGFs, and that was Minecraft Worlds.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't remember what CGF's profile was, so I just chose GMK Godzilla
bro,
because that's
the
what he
way
had at the
the
top.
way I drew the way I drew CGF was just
No,
eyes.
wait. That reminded me of a GXK parody video that I saw. Let me find it.
Oh no.
I just love, bro. It's just like coming in there with his giant head, just like, bro, I'm about to head.
I'm about to headbutt you, and then yeah, and then this art piece, CGF, he's got his little finger human claws out.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah. I would say I like CGF's probably the best. I don't know. Like everyone else is
Oh yeah,
good.
no, his is
but-
better because he's got a bunch of color and more detail.
He went hard for a while because he said he was gonna take his time to do that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just, as soon as he did it, I was like, I'm gonna take 5 seconds to do this.
Yeah, it reminded me. I posted the video in the Godzilla chat, Kraken. It reminded me of that.
Let me see.
Oh yeah,
Let me look. See.
I have seen that one.
Hold on. Where is it? Oh.
She was just hurling herself face.
What is with Kong and Scar King's face? They look constipated.
Also, what's it called?
Especially
I
Godzilla.
found.
He looks like he's been on crack.
Yeah, no, I think I literally just found a what's it called? A perfect picture that shows exactly like it's a future. It's apparently from the future. It's like me versus all you guys when I debate Kong 05. See, like right there, there's Minecraft World. There's Sea Monster.
You're not wrong because Zim is green, so you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
I am green.
I will. No. When we do that, I will draw that. I will absolutely draw that.
But, hey, wait. Minecraft.
Black's gonna be Thor.
Minecraft. I think you're definitely gonna be the Hulk.
Well, what's it called? What you should do is that if you're gonna do one, we're gonna see how many people are in it. You have to draw it like a Halo lobby. Just me 1v6ing everyone.
Bro, I'm just gonna get my fucking tentacles and try and wrap all you. Minecraft is gonna do it. He's gonna put blocks around you,
I will smack you with my mace.
and then
Well, that did nothing.
Sea Monster. He's gonna use his Godzilla powers, but then he fails.
I would just be going to like an evolved form.
But then he fails.
I'm gonna have to like find like a power plant like somewhere in France or
Change
wherever.
your profile
Just
to
to
Ryan
suck up the radiation.
No. Seamonster. For that debate, change your profile to the Godzilla evolved Haya figure.
Do it. Oh wait, I have a funny ass idea for this, Sea Monster. I'm gonna try something. Hold on, just get just give it. Hold on.
Yeah, again, this
I'm
is
gonna try and do
literally me
something
pulling
with
out my.
I'll
best
take you all off. Should we get CGF on if he's online?
What's it called? What's
I don't think he is.
He has to.
I know ZG said he wanted to join,
Yeah,
and
ZG
I
said-
know it's about to hit 3 hours, so I was gonna probably switch over to the original Kaiju stuff, to end off the stream. And then since this is so fun, I just realized I could market the hell out of this. Doing a Congo 5 debate is
We need to get the other C involved.
Yes.
The Animus?
Get the fucking boy C right.
I'll have to. Yeah, I'll see if he can get on there. Pretty much. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll text him too. Be like, yo, what are your thoughts on Congo 5? And he says, I love it. I'm like, bro, I hate it. You want to debate me and with Sea Monster and Minecraft World as your backup?
And everyone else?
Yeah, literally everyone else.
ZG.
Everyone's a piece.
Hey, ZG.
How's it going, ZG?
I'm good.
So you know everything, right?
Oh, he's been in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I'm sorry.
Man. No, but we need to do this. We're 98 would have been fun, but we're dogpiling Zim on 05.
Oh, what's it called?
We are
98. What's it called? I'm always reeling for a 98 debate. With Congo 5, the fact I'm actually going to be able to be like, yo, I get no backup for this. You mean I'm all alone as I debate my point? Perfect.
as you say that,
with 98, CGF was at least willing to join your side.
Oh no, he was on the side of 98's better than caught him. So I was gonna be like, I get to be on your side for that one. Just like how I'm gonna be against C Animus when he does Shin is worse than 98.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, your the original conceit for that 98 debate would be saying I dare you guys to try to convince me that the movie that you think is the worst Godzilla movie ever is worse than 98. So I don't know if C Animus thinks Shin Godzilla is the worst Godzilla movie.
But he does think 98 is better than Shin, though. I don't think he thinks Shin's the worst. But yeah, I could totally do that. What do you think is the worst Godzilla movie and why it's not, and why it's 98?
Yeah,
I mean, everyone debate me like in a round robin type scenario where they say which Godzilla movie they think is worse.
Yeah, keep in mind, C Animus would definitely concede that King.
I am curious, Vic. What do you think is the worst?
The worst Godzilla movie?
Yes.
I think I have an idea, and if I get it right, I win $1 million.
Okay.
I gotta think. I mean, I don't know, honestly, because I've never really thought about it. I know there are some that I definitely think I wouldn't really want to watch. Like either, I guess, Godzilla's Revenge or like Megalon, maybe.
I knew it. I get my monies.
Okay.
I could have gone to Vegas on that.
He didn't admit that they were the worst, though. He just said he wouldn't watch them.
Well, no, those are, even if he said they weren't ones he wouldn't watch, I knew. I had a feeling. I had a feeling in my soul that it was gonna be one of those two. And I like literally, you have no idea. If I went to any casino across this country, across this great nation, my fellow Americans, if I went to a casino to bet on which Godzilla movies that Vic thought was like ones he would not watch, I would put my money on Godzilla's Revenge and Godzilla versus Megalon. And I think that I would have won not only millions but billions of dollars. My fellow
How do we know you're not bullshitting, though?
You understand, typical Vic. I saw right through him. He was gonna pick Godzilla versus Megalon. So sad. He doesn't like the drop kick. How un-American.
How
You know,
can
when
no
I
one
saw-
like
How
Chuck?
When I
un-American
saw
he is.
Godzilla and Megalon fight on top of the Twin Towers, I thought we are the greatest country in the world. No one can fight on top of the towers. The king of the monsters himself, Gojira. You know, I'm such a big fan of Godzilla. I only call him Gojira. Gojira. You know, some people like.
Final Four show took place in the Twin Towers.
Did I say it?
Huh?
What did I say?
I don't know.
Wait, no. What did you say though?
Oh, the Final Fight should have took place in the Twin Towers.
That would be so funny if like
That would
if,
actually
like,
be.
if they edited the
That
film
would've been
to
fun.
actually
That
just do a
would've
Twin
been
Towers
so
fight
funny.
and just imagine it becomes lost media. It's like, yo, bro, remember what Godzilla was at the World Trade Center?
Yes, exactly.
Oh my
It's like
god!
a Spider-Man situation.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's if that actually happened, like considering that Godzilla vs. Megalon was a movie that I watched so many times as a kid, like if that actually happened, I'm pretty sure my parents would never have let me watch it ever again after 9/11, because then I would just be like, yo, there was like this one Godzilla movie that for some reason you guys would never let me watch when I was a kid at some point.
It's like one of those things too, where it's like
And then your parents have to explain that. And your parents got to explain. We took it down because it had the Twin Towers.
I wonder, like, because remember they did replace the Twin Towers in Spider-Man, but I think it's just only because that movie was closer to the events of 9/11. But 98 also has a shot of the Twin Towers in it. And I guess since it's just like an establishing shot, that's why they never took it out. But like, I always wondered if there was like one point, like, around like 9/11 proper, that if 98 was showing on TV that they like cut away from that shot.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Because it's that one scene in the movie where it's establishing shot of Manhattan and a lightning bolt
And you can
hits
see
the
it.
Twin Towers.
It's a real lightning bolt,
but-
also.
But then again, wouldn't they have done the same thing with Home Alone 2?
Yeah, well, wasn't there
Huh.
wasn't there versions of Home Alone 2 that didn't have the Twin Towers in them, or am I misremembering that?
No,
I'm not even-
I don't think so.
Wasn't
I'd say, like,
94 gonna have a Twin Tower destruction scene or something?
Oh, no, there are apparently, or at least this is what a few people are saying, is that, yeah, there are certain DVD copies that do cut out the World Trade Center.
See, Monster.
Huh.
What?
Look in Zim's server in the whip artwork. Accept my gift.
Here, hold on, let me get it here.
It's in Whips. I have not, it's, I don't
Alright,
think
it's
it's
loaded
appeared in
anyway.
Whips proper.
Where is it?
Hold on, give me a second. It's loading. Hold on.
Oh, I
Accept
see
my
it. Yeah.
gift.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see it. There it is.
I behold the new sea monster.
Fearsome Sea has evolved.
Become more powerful than ever.
More powerful than ever. And joins
Yeah.
the mighty Kong.
And joins the mighty animus with his powerful tentacles.
What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Wait, Minecraft, does that make you the Suko in this scenario?
Yes.
Oh, that means they're gonna lift you up by your
Yeah.
shoulder. I should be like, meh.
Oh wait, let's
No,
whip him.
no. Animus is gonna grab me by the leg and swing
Quick,
me
grab
like
him by the leg and whip him. And throw him.
No, and someone I should totally.
I need that now. Oh my God.
Yeah, as a tentacle, just
I need that.
around a little Minecraft boy. A little Minecraft boy.
I need that.
Oh my little clown boy.
A little clown boy. No,
Kraken, get on that. Kraken, get onto that now.
No, but like he throws you into like a sea monster, and you just hear the Minecraft just ooh.
Ooh.
And then this squid boy in the water just being like, okay, I got this. Then sea monster just rips my tentacles off and then just fucking throws me.
Oh my god. I kind of want to try to draw like every single one of us as GXK cast members because that would be really funny. Black is
I can
skarking.
fucking do it right now. I'm on my drawing.
I'm
shit right now.
making Black skarking. Black is skarking easily. Black is skarking.
Okay. poor Blackaroonie.
Oh no.
Wait, so who would Zim be?
Yeah, who do I get?
Them,
Tiamat.
I'm gonna say he's probably Shimu.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
I'm a pretty lady.
And
yeah, you know it. Put that dress on.
Wait. Then who's Tiamat? Then who the heck is Tiamat?
Me.
Vic.
Nick.
Me?
Vic.
Oh, I thought it would be me because I'm the sea creature. So.
No, I have such a desire right now.
No, we have Vic as Scylla.
To have
Oh
to
yeah,
have,
no,
when
Vic
Vic
would be
says
Scylla,
me,
yeah.
it's just Tiamat's roar, just me.
No, wait, Vic should be Doug.
Yeah, no, you.
Yes.
Vic does have the
Dog.
And then sea monsters,
should
you're
be
just,
Doug.
you're just evolved. You're just in your evolved form.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, who's Kong in this scenario?
Honestly, you.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Animus.
Oh no, C Animus is Kong. So that means like C Animus and Vic just have a 98 debate, and Vic's just like, I like 98, and just walks away.
If Vic's Tiamat, then
No, Vic is
No, Vic's Doug.
or Vic's Doug, and who will I be?
Scylla.
you.
Yeah, they
Scylla?
get Scylla or Tiamat.
No, because I think
God.
Kraken should be Tiamat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm Tiamat.
Uh,
I'm also.
CGF
Yeah,
is
we're
the
winning
parrot.
now.
What was that?
CGF is the parrot frog.
I don't know. Yeah, no. What's it called? The parafrog blows up. Wait, you're British and you like Godzilla? Someone needs to pull that audio. No, wait, he doesn't make it as a highlight. I think I can pull that as a highlight. It just grab the parafrog and make that a short tomorrow or something.
Oh my god! Yes!
I have a better idea. Like he does the parapod thing, but he's like, God damn it!
Wait, no, I need to go to Twitter because I need to go grab C Animus's mask.
Wait, Minecraft, you're Suko. Wait, who's Kong?
I'm Suko.
Okay, wait, who's Kong?
C Animus is Kong.
Animus.
Oh,
Animus is Kong.
yeah.
Sea Monster is Godzilla.
Yeah, he's Godzilla.
Yes.
Vic is Doug.
Who's Mothra?
Oh.
Huh. Oh, Brayden. Brayden gets to be Mothra.
Brayden! Yes!
I'm drawing the perfect meme I'm drawing the perfect meme for this shit right now.
Let's do this.
I'm drawing Minecraft being thrown like a toy.
Oh my god. Okay, we also need some minor roles. Guard that gets punched.
Who wins the six of you or Godzilla?
I'm screwed.
Me. Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, Minecraft, you are screwed.
I'm screwed. Godzilla can tear apart the entire Minecraft verse. Every single one of them. Not even a question.
It's a Minecraft.
Actually,
That's what
no.
we already did.
Well, okay, it depends on which Godzilla you're talking about.
If we're talking about Earth, and yes, obviously, and if we're talking about Heisei, that's a whole different story.
If we're talking some of the most powerful versions, I'm screwed.
Yes.
Here's the thing. As long as we're not talking about 98, then we're probably
98 is dead. 98 freaking dies by Steve's hand. 98 dies by the sheep's hand.
It's like literally just Steve just goes up, just starts punching him and just breaks his leg like a tree. And no. Once the 98 model despawns, all you just get is just tons of fish.
Yes.
That's a lot of fish.
Did you see the meme? Did you see the meme that Crazy Kraken did with my reaction to the Minecraft movie designs?
Please tell me you saw that meme because that's.
Please.
Yes, I've seen it. I did. Yeah, those it made me wonder, like, are those actually real? Like, that can't be.
That's the thing, though. Is like I was confused. Like, is this real?
Is this? I genuinely did a triple take when I saw that. How is this real? How? This has to be a fan design. It's just Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a fan design, Minecraft. You gotta accept that.
No,
Did any of you
well,
guys
believe it or
see
not, I have
my
felt
meme I
like
did?
Minecraft, yeah, I had the
Creepers.
same reaction to it. So
I'm
You're
taking
in
my
fan.
rage on Tiamat's death out on it. I'm
So-
taking
so-
all
so
my
you-
rage on
you-
Tiamat's death out
Who's-
on it. That thing is going
betting
to be.
that the Ender Dragon is going to be like some sort of final boss in this movie.
I am
Ender Dragon
nervous
is
for
a
how
final
the Ender
boss.
Dragon itself turns out. I'm
I'm
genuinely
scared. Yeah.
nervous.
Well, it seems like it's going to be accurate, but then again, like even the designs in the
see-
movie that were revealed, they
Look
are
at the
accurate.
sheep.
It's just the problem is they
They
Look.
fall into the bee does not look right, and the sheep
the sheep
especially
looks
does not
Sheep is
look
an
right.
abomination.
The creeper I'm a bit more forgiving with because it's a far more exaggerated design, and frankly, I've grown accustomed to fluffy or more like
I
realistic
was
looking
expecting
creepers.
the creeper to have a lot of other different green colors.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, but hey, at least the creeper looks accurate because I've seen other designs of like real life creepers and it horrifies me.
Oh boy, yeah, oh god.
The sheep
Real
is
life
an
villagers are
abomination
even
to
worse.
man.
I'm not ready for how the villagers are
Oh,
going to
I'm
look.
not
in the
ready
future.
either.
I am not ready for that.
No.
They're gonna be the meme of this movie.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Kraken,
Oh,
I
God,
see,
yeah.
Kraken,
Yeah,
I
you should
see what
be.
you said. Kraken, I see the thing that you made of me as evolved
Yeah.
Godzilla. Why are my
Hey, if you
eyes
want,
look
you can
so
keep
big?
that. You can keep that if you want.
All right. Cool.
I will say.
Oh, by
I
the
will
way,
say
look in
Jack
our
Black.
chat.
is-
I made the meme.
Yeah, I will say Jack Black in Steve's clothing does look really good.
He's
Yeah,
a goofy little
sweet.
guy. Again, he's a little clown boy.
That's one meme. I got another.
Based.
Oh, he is so happy. He's happy because he's throwing around a little clown boy.
He likes
Good
beating up
sugar man.
Minecraft people.
Realistically speaking, my head would be far easier to use than
Oh
a
yeah,
monkey.
true.
You're swinging with the entire map of a Minecraft world. That's going to deal a lot more damage than just a small ape.
At least, well, right now, what I can say is good is that we have 6 people, and probably more people are going to want to join in, even if they don't end up on the streams as well. But ZG, are you going to want to take part in the original Kaiju stuff that we're going to be doing, or no?
Can you explain that a bit more?
Okay, cool. So I will explain what is going to be going on. So essentially, how this is going to work is that everyone here is going to be working on an original kaiju story, which means it's a monster or a set of monsters that you've designed, and you will then write a short story about it. That short story will be and can be as short as 3,500 words to as long as 7,500 words. So we're going to keep that as a strict word limit for the short story that we're working on. And then over the course of a few weeks, probably, so at least I'll probably do like maybe at least half a month worth of work. Once we feel like we're satisfied with the edits that we've given each other on our stories or on our kaiju, I will then be talking to a website and seeing if we can get them published so that people can get their names out there in terms of kaiju fiction and get more eyes on any content people are working on.
Yeah. I've been designing like a kaiju. I call him. I've been designing a kaiju. I call him Ground Bear. It's a working title, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I
I've
think
been-
probably like at least what we're gonna do is I'm just setting that up for today, and I'll be doing a post explaining it in more detail. And the next stream we're gonna come around. What I want us or want everyone to have is a concept of your monster, so at least a visual, and you're gonna have at least an outline, so a couple of sentences, if not at least a page of notes in terms of what beats you want to have your story be. And then the next stream meetup after that will be at least your first draft of your story.
All right.
Alright.
question.
Yes.
So, is it? So the story that I want to share, the one that I'm going to be writing is actually it's tangentially connected to the story, though more of a prequel. But the story that I would like to share is not the story that I'm going to be writing. Is that all right?
The story that you're sharing is not the one that you're going to be writing?
Yeah, the story that I'm writing is going to be something like a prequel, tangential story connected to the one that I've been developing that I would like to share for the original story.
Well, in this case, like if your story is like a prequel to your main story, that's not a problem.
All right. So
Yeah.
so if I give a plot summary of the other story that the prequel story is connected to, is that fine?
That will just help contextualize people more.
Okay.
The matter of like the actual writing of the story itself is going to be a different matter entirely.
Okay, cool. Because I really want to share I really want to share my Greek mythology kaiju story that I've been working on.
And I think I can get 9 people into the streams always, but what's going to happen is that depending on how many people are dedicated to this, once everyone's got kind of like their monster design patted down for the next stream, what's going to happen is I'm going to see if I can pair everyone off into like pairs or at least trios of people so that you guys can work on editing each other's stories and giving them to one another so that y'all can work on things from time to time as well as keep each other accountable.
All right.
That's just gonna be hinged on just being present and able to show work and stuff like that. So that's what I think is gonna happen. And as for where things are gonna go, I'm thinking probably stream submissions is where I'm gonna have everything go. Or if anything, we're gonna see how many people are gonna respond to the YouTube post after tomorrow, and with how many people feel like they're gonna join, I may make a new channel in the Discord for it.
So just to be clear with the whole thing, so like because let me get this clarified. We're making stories, and we're getting into teams. Are we like getting into groups to make a story?
You're getting into groups to get feedback.
Oh, okay.
So you will write your story entirely. You will give it to someone else. They will read through it and they will give you feedback, like what worked, what didn't work, things like that. And then you can work on your changes from there.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, depending on how many people that's going to be, it's either going to be pairs or trios. So it's either going to be a back and forth type thing, or it's going to be everyone passes around, so you get 2 different critiques.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, and it's also going to depend on everyone being dedicated to work on these things, so that everyone can get things done. Because I'm thinking a short story works the best, because at least with 7,500 words, you have enough space to tell a lot, versus flash fiction, which is only 1,000 words. And I think that like if we're giving people at least like 2 weeks starting from now to work on the short story, you have enough room to at least get something, at least 3,500 words.
Okay,
down.
so this is basically criticizing story class. Gotcha.
It's essentially like a creative writing class, essentially, yeah.
Yay, guys, we're going to school. Don't give me fucking homework.
Well, no, the only homework you have is designing your monsters and writing your stories.
Yeah, that's your homework. That's your homework.
All right.
Give me 100%, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna have my story fully finished by the time because I'm not the fastest typer on the planet.
Same.
But we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to share like the main story that I have that's connected, that this is connected to, but also this story in and of itself, because the idea I have for this one is just a simple just a kaiju fight that happened in universe. So
yep. And I'm thinking that in this case too, because I'm gonna set the next stream for next Sunday. So that
perfect.
So that means you guys can have your concept ready. You don't have to have anything like fully written out. You just have to have a monster or monsters you want in the story, and then a outline should have like your main characters and sort of like essentially the beginning, rising action, and where you kind of want the story to end up. Nothing like super
Oh.
detailed.
I actually have a story, but it's like I may have to rewrite some stuff. But hey, at least, but to be fair, we are getting criticized on this. So you know, if I give it to like, let's say if me and Sea Monster were together, like, you know, he could criticize my story, and then I could criticize his or something.
Yeah, and I think like also the other thing too is that in this case, because I'm gonna want them to get published to a website. Do not be afraid, guys, to be more brutal with your criticisms. Only because I think that'd be better for us in terms of getting the best results out of everything we have.
I personally think it's good because like even saying the story is shit, it's probably like and then. But here's the thing: as long as you give the points to say it's shit, then it's good. Then it's good. It's good.
Don't be afraid. Like, I think that if you want to be a part of this, if you don't feel comfortable, and I say this to the audience who's looking at this post hoc and wants to join, if you feel like you want to be comfortable having someone say like your story isn't good, then you may not want to join up for this, only because like I think that being more critical and more honest is going to be important if we want to get these stories out there. So that is the only thing I'm going to say is that like I want everyone to be critical, but also like encouraging in ways.
Yeah, no, like basically just help each other out, man. Just help each other out. You know,
Don't always be constructive.
Just be there for the little guy, you know.
Yeah, don't insult people. Don't be like Platoon.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can take one last jab at you, okay?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, no, for people like that want to make their own stories and that want to get involved to this, like, don't be afraid. But like, if you guys do not have like, because I say this because I've seen many people that will have this, but if you guys don't like, if you will get emotional, you know, really bad emotional stuff from this, it's best to not do it because nobody wants to hurt you. Like,
and I think like
if you guys cannot handle the criticism, then it's best you don't do it. But like, try to at least learn how criticism works so that you can say, okay, if someone criticizes my stuff, it'll be good because I can get the points, you can get it fixed. You know.
I also think too, if anyone like feels like someone saying that they don't like your story, you should like don't be afraid to ask them.
Ask
why. Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
why
never
didn't you like
be
my
afraid.
story?
Just ask like, hey, what doesn't make sense? You know?
Yeah.
What about it don't you like?
Yeah, like was it the character writing? Was it the plot? It's never bad to ask. Just always be aware. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's definitely take that. A part of me is a little nervous for this, considering I'm hoping to share this story that I've also been working on for a while.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, we all here, and if there's mistakes, we gonna help you out, man.
Yeah.
And I think probably what I'm also gonna do is that between now and then, I may have like a little outline thing set up that it's based off of like one of my college classes for creative writing that they did for like the critiques and all that. That might help people sort of format like their criticisms for everyone else better. And I'll put it in the stream submissions, and I'll add everyone for that so they'll know what that is.
Speaking of that, I want to say this, and I want to see if I can get the link. But this is gonna sound crazy, but like in my school, and it's a normal high school, there was a class that taught you how to write character writing and stories. It's gonna sound crazy because like in high school they don't really teach you stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I had an animation class that taught me
animation characters.
Yeah, that I had a full-on animation
bastard.
And they taught me character writing. They taught me plots. They taught me rising. It's insane, and it helped so much. And it's like I watch movies today that have this type of examples, and it's like these videos are the perfect example. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and pull up these videos and watch them because I'm telling you they are so useful, very useful. So give me a second.
I think definitely what I'm probably gonna do is, I might add another channel for like resources, so that actually I'll do that right now. Text.
Yeah, while you're at it.
Where is it? I know.
Also, his name Yasar General.
Resources.
Is this it? Hold on. No, that's not it.
Yeah, creative resources. Yep. There it is. And I just want to add
Where is it?
a channel. It should be permission. Should be just permission for everyone. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Clickety clackety clack clack clack. Like
Yeah.
Oh, where is it? I know it's on here. Oh, that explains why. Okay.
How are you guys enjoying this PC keyboard ASMR stream?
Boy, our nice,
Very good,
sexy
very
ASMR.
Really good, Vic. Really good. Really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
not the worst. Not the worst thing I've heard.
You could just have it just be like club music, and we go.
I kind of want to remix. I kind of want to see someone remix Zim's keyboards. into something.
Yeah, someone chat or someone in the call do it.
Dear God. Also, I did see the the general.
Yeah. We will remix your keyboards into the 98 theme.
No.
No, Zim. You don't understand. The TV show theme.
Just
Is that better?
Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
it'd be
exactly.
wait, would it be
Yes. That. No, the TV show is really good. That show is fantastic.
That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me a second, but
No, you're good, don't worry.
these are really good videos. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, what's it called? I just set up the creative resources
It's
channel so you can link them in there.
Basic website I learned and this is going to sound pathetic, but to be fair, my class was pathetic. My teacher didn't even have the thought to teach us herself.
Oh,
She made us watch videos, but to be fair, the videos were more useful than her because she didn't know shit.
wow.
It's so pathetic that our animation teacher didn't know shit about this and just made us watch tutorials all the time.
Wow.
Didn't know. Barely knew how to use Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Like,
What?
Wow.
You're joking.
And it's like
You're joking. You're actually joking.
Yeah, I'm not joking. It's like
Oh my God.
years and you don't know how to use Photoshop.
Correct.
Nah.
Can I go on a side tangent?
Yeah.
So basically, like that's really important. Like when it comes to like digital media and stuff. Like my film teacher taught us that, and he didn't. My film teacher taught us that, and he wasn't even required to, but he still taught us so we can create better thumbnail trailers or something, because he knows how important it is. The fact that your teacher, who's inside you to teach you about this stuff, and still doesn't know, and just pulls up tutorials on it, and doesn't even explain. My God.
Okay, I think I found the right video. I don't know if this is the right one, but I am going to put it. I think Zim, is your comments available in on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both private
I'm going to post a link. Now I don't know if these are the correct videos, but they are one of them at least. There's more, but they're very, and when I say very helpful, I'm telling you, they are so good. These are the examples that made some of the greatest. I mean, this is just an example, but like one of the greatest animation movies that's ever come out. Like way in the past.
Which
Hold on.
one?
Let me put his in. But it's very useful. It tells you how to write character arcs. It tells you how to build character development too.
So basically, this can help you with anything, not just animation.
Oh yeah, not just animation, just basically story writing.
Yeah. I'm really starting to learn, like not just the filmmaking style itself, like how to structure characters, because I'm also an inspiring filmmaker.
Yeah, like if I can't find the right videos, guys, I actually can tell you, but hopefully these are the right videos. First, I gotta go to Zim's channel first.
What's it called? You should be able to put it in via either the comments of the stream or in the private stream right here.
Yeah, It's just like I want people to see this in at least your comments because like some people won't pay attention to the live stream chat. So where? Fuck, hold on. Give me a second. Every time I click on your link, it doesn't bring me to the Google I want. Okay, here we go. Story. I'll put a few examples. Okay, this is example 1. If you want Zim, actually, here's what I will do. You can, well, okay, I'll post a link in your comment section, and then I will also, or at least if you want, you can
put it in the private chat because then I'll be able to I can pull it up on stream for everyone else to see it as well.
Okay, okay. That's one example. Let me pull up the other. Okay. This one is very helpful. Here we go. These 2 videos, Zim is going to pull it up. These 2 videos, I'm telling you, are one of the greatest things I've learned about writing characters and plot.
Right.
They're very useful.
All right, thank you, Kraken. May you mind telling us? Sorry. Will you mind telling us what this inspired for animated film? Like which animated film we were talking about?
A really good animated film example. Toy Story. That's one example.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how Toy Story was one of the few animated movies that created character development. It was one of the few. But it was animation movies. Now I don't know about like other movies. I'm pretty sure there are others out there, but Toy Story is one example. And the reason I say that is because there's big character development in that movie, and it was one of the first to create. It was at least one of them. I don't know about others. Yeah, there's one of the first animated movies to create proper character development.
So one sec. The first one here is Create with Story XP Act 1 analysis.
I think that explains Act 1. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
So that's where they are, and I'm also for anyone who's in the Discord. I'm going to put them in the creative. Oh, one sec. Let's see. I'm gonna put them in the creative resources channel as well.
All right, thank you.
Well, if you guys can watch the videos when you're ready, but like I can give you a short example of like what I was taught of how to do character development. Basically, I will try. Actually, I can draw this out for you to make it simple, because I don't want you guys to get confused on what I'm saying. So, I'm just gonna draw a random guy.
Draw what?
I'm going to explain to you guys the character development that I was taught, at least in school. So. Give me a second. Let me try and draw this out so that you can see it. Also, this connects to the themes of the story, by the way, so it's a good thing.
Good to know.
Yeah. Okay, let me put this in Zim's server.
It's been a bit since I've taken creative writing classes at my school. That same teacher actually taught me science of science fiction. There was a science of science fiction class at my school. The first thing we did in that class was discuss whether or not Godzilla would be able to walk on land.
Oh.
He showed us clips of Godzilla versus Megalon, and we started talking about whether or not he could do that.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was
okay.
a good class.
Okay, so here I drew a little example, but I'm going to explain to you. So, Zim, do you want to pull up the image?
One sec. I think just my audio just cut out for a second.
Oh.
Character development.
All right. Here, I'll let Zim pull it up on the stream, and then I'll explain what I was taught.
Okay.
I'm just seeing Zim in a dress.
I will find you.
The dress. Oh my!
You're rapidly approaching his location.
That's all I see. That's all I see.
No, it's let me see. Oh, Vic, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me explain this. So the character on the bottom of the screen. Let me tell you how character arc starts. So the character has basically, I mean, there you could basically start off, I think, any way you want, I think, but the main point is on what's going on is that the character has basically everything they want at the beginning, but in the middle of but then after that, where that, the line goes up, that is where an event happens. An event is what causes the character to go on a journey to what they desire and what they really on what they need. But the little character on the top is basically the symbol is that what he's learned. It's not exactly what he's been looking for, but he's learned the lesson, which is where themes come in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
Kraken,
explaining that correctly, but like,
yeah.
No, you are. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not, sorry. Yeah. So mind if I'm not explaining this correctly, but basically the character at the beginning is at his like Norman. He's got everything he wants, but there's an event that's going on that changes him to go on this crazy journey on what he wants. But then in the end of the story, he learns the lesson, which would, be like one of the themes of the story.
All right. Kraken, can I give my feedback?
Yeah, I can give you feedback.
In the beginning, it doesn't always have to be like he has everything that he wants.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like exactly like that. Like you can do it in multiple ways or whatever.
Yeah, can I bring up the example of the Emperor's New Groove? Like, Kuzco is basically an asshole, and then an event happens.
That's a perfect example. Yeah.
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 That's
then
a perfect
event
example.
happened. Yeah, an event happens to him, or happens to him, and throughout the event, he learns to grow.
Right. And that's the Emperor's New Groove is a perfect example of really good character arc.
Yeah. Also,
Mm-hmm.
For sequels, I have another idea.
Yeah.
Like, let's say that there's a sequel to this movie.
Okay.
For the character, like, you shouldn't regress a character for a sequel. They should be at the same spot they ended it in the last movie.
Right.
I have. Here's my idea. Why not have multiple stairs leading to different paths, and that whichever path he takes, that's his development.
I was about to say, because now that in the first movie, like, if you were going to set up sequels, the character is as character arc, but like you said, that character arc where he, like, whatever learns or whatever is going on could go down a different path. If you know what I mean. Like what you said.
Yeah, because there's a difference between character regression and character remorseful. Like, I don't know the exact word. It's basically where instead of your character like regressing, like falling down the stairs, they start slipping down back to where they started because they're challenging because they're challenged with something.
Right. I'm trying to think of an example of a really good sequel. Trying to think. There's a lot of sequels. There's a lot of really good sequels out there that.
Can I pitch one in?
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
Oh, that's a perfect example.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah, Shrek 2 and then Toy Story 2 also.
I was gonna say How to Train Your Dragon 2, but
yes.
Well, okay. Yeah,
How does you think it's a good example?
I love How to Train Your Dragon. Second favorite movie ever made.
I swear they were like one of the few. Now I don't know what other trilogies out there, but they were one of the few that were just so good.
They like. Oh my god! Oh my!
I don't know how they were able to do it, but like holy shit!
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. It's like, it's one of those movies where how did you consistently keep this as good as they were?
For real, they kept so much good character.
And they weren't even accurate to the books.
Yeah.
How? Oh my god.
The third one was definitely the most emotional because like in the first, because like it connects to the first movie a lot because like you know, Hiccup in the beginning, like, you know, he learned. It's I'd have to rewatch the film again, but like, I forgot what his character. I think his character arc shit, I can't remember. I think it was that
His character
he
growth.
learned that like being
learned to let
someone like
go.
him is not a bad thing. I think. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first How to
and there's no.
the first How to
Sorry.
Train Your Dragon. The first How to Train Your Dragon is my second favorite movie ever made for a lot of reasons. Mainly because Jesus, it is so well written.
But like back to sequels. What did you want to say, CG?
For sequels, let's say character growth and character regret and character stumbles. Let's say Shrek 2. With
Right.
Shrek, he's learned to love himself and he's worthy of love. But in the sequel, he starts entering to society, and while Shrek
Right.
is and society is not ready to accept Shrek. This is what makes him doubt himself, and start going to and starts stumbling back to his old character
Right.
because yeah, Fiona, however, keeps on the hold,
Right.
and Fiona is the main crushes of Shrek's character arc here.
Mm-hmm.
All he wants to do is make Fiona happy, so that's why he steals the potion, drinks it, and becomes human.
Yeah.
Human,
He's
and
basically sacrificing everything he can, but then like
the fairy godmother. Like let's be honest, the fairy godmother is one of the best DreamWorks villains. She's like a good textbook example of a manipulator.
oh for real. Dude,
Well, she works well as a manipulator,
there's
but
dark
also,
history on her. There's
like-
really dark history that she was the one that cursed Fiona in the story.
Yeah.
The good thing I like about it too is the fact that she's such an inverse of her archetype that all of those negative traits are what works so well about her.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that the Shrek films, well, almost consistent.
We don't talk about the third one.
Shrek the third.
Shit.
Yeah.
Since you brought up sequels, Puss in Boots.
Oh yeah, Puss in
yeah.
Boots, the second one. Oh, that's
I'm genuinely surprised nobody mentioned that when it came to sequels.
I'm sorry, but like it's insulting for me to say that I completely forgot about it, but like it is just that good. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
And it had such a good villain.
Which one?
Death.
Okay, I was thinking Jack Horner, but Death works too.
Jack Horner's good.
Yeah.
Jack Horner's
He's a
fantastic.
close second. He's a very close second.
Like I feel like Death. I just like Death more because he is really the one making Puss's character arc a lot more. You know, he's the one that
Honestly,
really causes the arc. Actually, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, Death is a good way. It's a good way to show that kids can handle fear.
Oh yeah.
Can handle scary stuff.
Absolutely.
For real, yeah, and it's actually a really good lesson too. You know.
Like morality.
Yeah.
No, mortality. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like back to the whole sequel thing. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't taught to make sequels, but I think the idea. I could be wrong on this, but like I think what would happen is like, again, what CG said is basically when the first movie, at least when your first movie happens, when they have that character arc, basically the second one would be like character arcs that kind of involve the first one,
Expanding upon the themes of the first one and
right?
giving for example, let's say, I'm just trying to find an example. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3. It's expansion of the themes of the second one of abandonment and your owner growing up.
True.
Yeah. I would say a good example that I could definitely pull up as far as like a sequel, and this, it's kind of like much like Shrek 2 was released in 2004, Spider-Man 2. It pretty much kind of expands on the themes from the first Spider-Man, where with great power comes great responsibility. With the second film, you pretty much have like Peter who has to like after the first movie, he's like trying to balance like his the life that he wants with his duty as Spider-Man, And he's trying, and it's like ultimately just backfiring on him because he's losing all his power because his heart isn't into what of his duty as Spider-Man, so he quits just so he could get what he wants, which is MJ. But but he realizes he can't even get that either, and so he pretty much realizes that he pretty much has to let go of what he wants in order to do what's best, pretty much.
Yeah. You know, it's another really good sequel, Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yes.
Oh yes.
That
Oh,
has one of the
yes.
most heartwarming messages because
To be honest,
what?
Fourth. You go.
It really has a really good message. Is that now I could be wrong because again, some of these films I really have to rewatch and pay attention more because, but I think the main lesson for Kung Fu Panda 2 is that, and even Poe said it himself, is that, you need to choose who you're gonna be.
that doesn't define you.
And it's also he also learns that even though he also learns that like whatever comes at him, he's I can't explain this, but it's like whatever is coming at him.
Define you.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm going to be honest. Kung Fu Panda 2 was the first movie in a long time because I haven't watched it in a while. But when I recently rewatched it, it's the first movie in such a long time to actually make me cry.
Same.
Oh man.
Oh dude, when I was a kid watching it with my mom, it hit hard. Like I was crying big time.
How did Kung Fu Panda 2 didn't break me when I first saw it, but whenever I watch it now, it continuously does.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing though, it's fucking dark because of the fucking peacock.
It's almost jarring going from Kung Fu Panda 2 to 3.
Oh yeah,
almost.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
All I'm just worried about.
And then we get to 4, which is
kind of shit.
What? Oh, 4?
Yeah.
4 was shit. I don't listen. This is I'm gonna treat it as Pacific Rim Uprising. I don't count
the one redeeming quality it has is Jack Black's cover of Baby One More Time. I had no reason to need that.
I'm pissed off. This is the biggest things that I'm pissed off with Kung Fu Panda 4. They ruined Tai Lung's redemption arc. They made Kai, Shen, and Tai Lung bow to Po, which is bullshit because first of all, Shen.
I can understand Tai Lung. I can understand Tai Lung.
Genocide.
Yes.
Why would he bow down to Po? Like what? That don't make sense.
Shen, no reason. Kai, no reason. Tai Lung, you can at least justify with the redemption arc. Kung Fu Panda, I think for 4, I think the biggest problems with it come with the structure of the story and its pacing.
Oh yeah.
It felt really mismatched, and it felt like it should have been longer.
Well, that's the thing though. The movie felt so short. Like I went to the theater and it felt like a 35-minute movie.
I know. Yeah. It felt like a short film.
Like Kung Fu. Like here's the thing. When I watched Kung Fu Panda 2, it feels like a 2-hour and 30-minute movie.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2 feels the runtime. Kung Fu Panda 3 feels longer than it actually is, but it does. But I don't hate it. Kung Fu Panda again feels the runtime. 2 is really fast paced.
But it's fast paced, but then it feels like a 2-hour long movie and everything.
It still feels long.
4 felt like it was 45 minutes long when I saw it in the theater. That really needed a lot more room to breathe and the restructure of the story. Good God, the story needed a lot more restructure.
You know what's even worse? That fucking chameleon villain be like, "I'm small."
Yeah, that was a huge plot hole that brought the movie down for me.
Jens Bird Hitler, yeah.
I can understand. I can understand if it was like something like, oh, they wouldn't allow me to do it because they didn't believe in me. Like just because she was small.
Really?
Mantis in the corner is like, excuse me.
Hey,
like she could have had like a weak, frail body because she
that
has,
actually
like,
would
more...
make sense. Like maybe the reason
something
they didn't
like
accept
physical.
her was...
if something like physical disability or something like that caused her to
or
not
hell,
do
like
anything.
even mental health or something, you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
To be honest, to be honest, the chameleon should have been more developed. Like
Oh,
she's one of the biggest
absolutely.
problems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and here's also
absolutely.
what I also have a problem with is that she feels like a Lord Shen wannabe.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
no,
yes,
no,
Like
yes.
no,
I
no,
feel
no.
like they
That,
were just
definitely.
running out of
I drew
ideas
the-
to make a chameleon
I-
villain.
yeah, I drew the comparison immediately. As soon as I first saw her, I immediately drew the comparison with Lord Shen, and it was just like, okay, why are you doing this
Yeah.
again? But worse.
Yeah, we're doing Lord Shen again, but this time it's bad writing, you know?
She kicks
Like, at least-
someone down a table. That's the worst it gets.
But the other thing too is that
You know
like
what Shen did? Shen literally murdered Master
we
Rhino.
see
Oh, yeah,
Shen
no.
kill a guy.
no, but
Dude, that's
the chameleon is like a nothing villain when her name is literally the chameleon versus like Tai Lung, Lord Shen, and Kai, who all actually had like recognizable nicknames. She like is literally super
Just a
undercooked.
chameleon.
Nothing.
yeah, that's the thing though. Like it's so sad. Like these other three actual good villains have good names, but then her name is just Chameleon. Like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
come on.
To be
You
honest,
guys,
the writers
you guys
were shit.
had talent, and you guys really did not care about making this film at all.
This was the
Okay,
same.
look,
This was the same director behind the Lego Movie 2, and I actually
that explains it.
I liked the Lego Movie 2, but wow, that is not the direction you'd want to go for Kung Fu Panda. That's not the direction you want to go for the Lego movies.
You know
period.
what's even worse is that, and listen, I don't know if you guys have heard, but it's a huge deal and it's awesome, but it's also worrying because of who's making the film. So, big reveal for those who don't know: Shrek 5 is releasing in
Yes.
2027, I believe. I think
2026.
No,
Okay,
2026.
yeah. But here's where it gets worried. The director who's
Paul
making the
Thorne.
film is the same guy who made the Dumb Trolls movies.
Well, to be fair, also, wait. Like, I'm gonna make this sound a little bit better, but guess what? He was actually head of story of Shrek 4, which, to be honest,
he was?
yes, he was head
Oh,
story.
then that's a
and
good
guess
thing.
what?
Because Shrek 4 was
And guess what?
actually pretty good.
Yeah, and guess what? He
What?
was also the voice of Rumpelstiltskin.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes,
that's funny.
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's
Honestly, I'm interested to see where they go with Shrek 5 because really, Shrek doesn't have any more directions
Actually-
to take.
well. Here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. There actually could be. Let me give you an example of what they
kids?
could do. His kids. They're growing up. They're turning into teenagers. They're getting reckless.
I have
Being
an
reckless.
idea.
And
I have
listen,
an idea.
hear me
that
out.
kind of
This,
story.
this
Okay.
is a big character arc. Like it could be a whole family thing where, like, he's
Shrek has
trying
to
to
let
learn
go.
to be a better father or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shrek
okay.
has to let go, like accept that
He has to let go of.
that-
Yes, he has to let go of his kids. That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
like it does
Okay,
expand.
I guess I wasn't
other
really
themes.
thinking all that much. But yeah.
What's it called? I'm probably gonna be ending the stream in the next couple of minutes.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
let's have those final thoughts go in.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright,
cool.
so the donkey movie.
Oh yeah, they're making a donkey movie.
Oh,
Oh,
that sounds like a
I'm-
bad idea.
Yeah.
I have the greatest
There's
idea
no,
for
you
the
can't
donkey
really
movie,
do
though.
any character arcs with Donkey because it's like
Ah.
his character is very different.
Yeah,
I have
no.
an idea. I have
No.
an idea. I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Have Donkey go through the most insane shit imaginable, like Mad Max type shit. Like he has to free the kingdom of dragons by both, like by like multiple knights, and he had to do it all by his own and his dragon wife, and they basically just murdered an entire kingdom just to free all the dragons.
Oh my god. Oh my
Like,
god.
the true epitome of ridiculousness at its peak. Like,
Okay,
don't-
maybe you're
like,
selling me. Maybe you're selling me on this concept.
Donkey murders a bunch of dragons. I swear.
like
Donkey just
like,
becomes Dark Souls.
It's a Donkey movie,
kind of
but it's
take
Dark Souls.
advantage of the fact. Take advantage of the fact that no one's going to take a donkey movie seriously. It's not like GXK where you can yes you can't take it the serious moment, but the donkey movie no one actually not just no literally everyone is not going to take it seriously. Well, some people took GXK seriously sometimes. Donkey movie no one's going to take it seriously. So you may as
Nobody's
well
playing
play
a straight.
No. Oh, you
Yes,
know what I'm
just
also
go-
questioning is what fairy tale villain is going to be in Shrek 5. That's something I'm also questioning.
Oh yeah.
Hey, boy, that's gonna be.
Let's look. I'm going to do some research.
That's gonna be.
Alrighty.
Do some research.
They're going. They went deep with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, so pretty much anyone is on the table.
Yeah.
What would the
But-
lady like or some shit? Look,
I wouldn't be
would-
surprised, yeah.
That'd be surprising.
King
It's just
Arthur.
like
No,
they
the
made
Arctic
the
Thunder.
fairy godmother into a villain, and it's like that is creative as
That
shit.
is genius.
That is,
That
yeah,
is
that's genius.
Genius.
And they made it work in a way that nobody else could have expected, to the point where she was one of the best parts of that movie. Of an already really good movie. So
A really fun ass movie.
Alrighty, guys. So we've got a few things set for next week. We'll be coming here, same bat time, same bat channel, bringing our kaiju to bear as well as our story concepts, and then seeing where everyone is there with that, and seeing if any more people join up will let me sort of see where the next stream will be. And yeah, so be prepared, everyone. It's gonna be a fun time.
alrighty.
All right,
Awesome. And any shilling y'alls wants to do before we close this out?
Who wants to go first?
Good question.
I'll let y'all go first.
Uh,
Here, Minecraft,
Vic
you go
hasn't
first.
talked in
and
a
then
while.
Sea Monster.
Vic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go first to get out of the way.
Okay.
Let's see. First thing I want to say is regarding the King Kong thing. I've come to agree with Zims and his take that the T-Rex fight or the V-Rex fight in 05 is mindless spectacle. Mostly just because I think the only meaningful part of the fight is when he fights the last one. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess for my stuff, you can find me as Vic Monstrous or Vic's Monstrosities on Twitter, where I have commissions open, and I can draw you some cool kaiju stuff if you like.
All right. I might as well just go ahead and get mine stuff out of the way. Well, this has been your guest, the Sea Monster, and also a fuck you, Vic and Zim. Let's do that. So I pretty much got some projects, they're like in the works, they'll be coming down the pipeline. But I also have my streams, Sea Monster Live. Basically back on Saturday, I did a Final War stream, which Kraken and Sea Animus, just to name a few, and even Black Rooney showed up, and that was a fun stream. So expect more fun streams like that in the near future. But honestly, I'm just gonna head out right now because it's like almost 1 a.m. for me. So I gotta. Get
Same.
It's about to be 12.
It's 10:53, almost 11 o'clock for me. So
Sea Monster,
It's gonna be 12 for
next
me.
stream do you plan on doing? Sea Monster, what next stream you plan on doing?
It's gonna be on August 2nd, and I'm gonna
I
be.
forgot you're doing the Last Voyage. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that one.
Yeah, well, it'll also be talk about video review on that movie, but there gonna be a brief discussion on the film itself as well. So, hope to see you on.
You're talking about Dr. Wolfield's, right?
Yeah, Dr. Wolfield's video.
Dude, I grew up on his videos.
Yeah. I mean, I like his content. To be fair, but I think his Last Voyage of Demeter video is like maybe not terrible, but we'll get into that. We'll talk about that when we get there. Anyways, Sea Monster out saying.
all right, take care,
man.
All right, see you, man.
All right. And of course, you can find me at Zimzilla almost anywhere.
Oh wait, none of us have done. No one's finished the shilling.
That's getting out, gal.
All right, I'll finish. I'll do mine. So yeah, thanks for having me on, Zim. This was a lot of fun. I am very, very, very excited, but also a little nervous for the original monster pitch. And G-Fest was an absolute blast. You can find me on YouTube at Minecraft World 1954. That's my @ or just Minecraft World, and Minecraft World 1954 on Instagram and Kara, where I post artworks and poster concepts for a Greek mythology inspired kaiju story that I've been working on, and one that I hope to share when we do that original monster pitch. So yeah, go read Project Nemesis. Go watch the Gamma movies. Go watch Ultraman Rising. Go watch The Owl House. I've been rewatching the show recently, and it's awesome. It's really good.
Yeah. Do what Micro said.
Yeah, go watch Smiling Friends too. I haven't seen it yet. Well, I've seen the pilot, but I plan to watch it.
Actually, that's required for everyone in the stream. Everyone, go watch Smiling Friends right now if you haven't already.
Minecraft World. I'm gonna play on a Minecraft World.
Based. Tiamat deserves better. Take care. Peace.
See you later.
Peace.
Peace. Minecraft World.
All right. And yeah.
I guess I'll go next. I appreciate very much being on the stream. This was incredibly fun. Zim, I do have a question. What day do you plan on streaming next?
So far, the next stream, at least for the original Kaiju stuff, is going to be Sunday the 28th.
Okay, hopefully I do not have work that day, so...
I'm going to be streaming the same time I did today, so...
Okay, well, this is a good time, so... Because, like, usually, I think most of my work is probably going to take place in the morning through, like...
Yeah, because I'll be working in the morning as well, so that's why.
Yeah, I just need to get my schedule, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Sunday's good.
Cool. All right. ZG, anything you want to show, my friend?
All right. So basically, yeah. Anyways, this stream was fun. G-Fuzz was also fun, and I'm excited to develop my short story. Currently the working title is Ground Bear, but yeah. If you want to look at my YouTube channel, I do. I sometimes do Godzilla videos and Kodaka game videos. My ad is ZG2008, and yeah. I think that might be it. This was a fun stream, Zim. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And yeah, you can find me at Zimzilla almost anywhere. Just remember to add an OG underscore if you're doing it on Twitter, 7775 on Discord if you want to reach out, if you're having troubles getting into the Discord, so I could send you a direct invite. Or you can play with me online on my computer or on my PlayStation, Xbox, etc. So yeah, just remember, we are fun-phobic here on this channel. GXK was a bad film. 98 even worse. So is Kong 05. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You heard it here first, folks. Kong 05 is worse than 98. That's Zim's words.
Nope, my words are 98 at the bottom, Kong 05 and everything else.
Words. And I'm all for I can understand GXK. I can definitely understand GXK, but 2005.
I have so much to say when that stream happens.
Oh boy.
But
the hell is Black Rudy when you need him?
When the world needed him most, Black Fan.
Oh my.
But have a good one, guys, and remember.